I couldn't resist. I know.
Now the first heat of the 2020 championships is on, and we have 15 athletes in this event. Heat.
It's eerie, you can hear the sound of the spikes.
They're ready to roll then. It's going to be one pool. Will I get them out? There were two over there, they're away. Yeah, I think they were given a bit of extra time. They were due to sack sentence at the 11th. They were due to sack, they were given extra time.
Only thing now.
Now Pat Hennessy from West Waterford leading out. We have 13 and John Travis coming in the second group here. So that's heat one of the 5,000 metres men. And just for ourselves, it's 4 to qualify and 3 fastest times.
Absolutely tip-top.
Final call now for the second heat of the 5,000 metres. Can you make your way to call rooms 1 and 2? Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the Irish Life Health National Track and Field Championships. We apologise for our tardiness here. We had a bit of an ordeal getting past the gate. Convincing them of who we were running.
Free the Santry too, I believe it was roared at one stage.
Yeah. There was cherry pickers and El Chapo-like tunnels dug into Morton Stadium here today so we could get in. But we're in. I'm Cathal Denny. I'm joined by Ronan Duggan. Ger O'Donnell will be joining us later on this afternoon. But they set up the distance nerds first for a distance nerdy race, which is the men's 5k heats, which is what you're watching right now, going around. And the official results, or heat lineup says top X in this race will qualify, plus X fastest losers.
Yeah, I think it's actually a leaving cert question, Cathal. Simultaneous equations, and X equals possibly, I'd say, top 4 and
I'd
top
say
4 fastest qualifiers.
No, I'd say more. Top
More?
6. Top 6.
Maximum of 15 in the
Yeah,
in the
6,
pace
6, and 3. There's 2 heats.
Why not?
I think. So 4.
4 heats.
Oh yes. No. Top
No? We're-
Top 4 to
I
go
think
through.
We're playing a bit of a game of charades here with our cameraman, who says sounds like.
Thankfully. 6 laps to go here.
Yeah, with John Travers there in second, Tom Fitzpatrick, Kevin Moriarty in that there as well. So quite a strong field here in this one.
And we're going to be scrutinising in fine detail the footwear of all of these athletes. Because if any of them are more than 25 millimetres, you may as well be taking EPO for all it's worth, because you're a cheat.
Allegedly.
Yes, 25 mils is now the maximum midsole height permissible on the track. So I'm sure they are all complying. I don't see any luminous coloured vapour flies out there or next percents.
You'd imagine.
Athletics Ireland put the word out quite well.
They did, but at this stage you'd expect most athletes would not be wearing them, but you'd never know. We'll get a few characters out there just with the ruler, see what's happening.
You'd expect everyone to go the speed limit as well and not take drugs, but you know, these things happen.
That's true, yes. Fair call.
So
This group is coming back together again, Cathal. This group of 5 here athletes. And
JT, Cry Me a River in the Century Rain. That's John Travers, not Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
He's moving up there on the outside. Swoops past our long-time leader.
Certainly, as I said, Tom Fitzpatrick there from Tala in that one, and Kev Moriarty hanging on gamely to the back of that group.
John Travers has taken over the lead with 5 laps to go.
5 laps to go, 2k to go.
Closely there, West Waterford.
I've got an entry list on this one, Carl.
Yeah,
Who we got in that group there at the front?
it's very confusing because the entry list is
Everybody.
everyone. Yeah,
everyone that's ever ran in Ireland.
Yes.
So a lot of guys coming out of the woodwork here who at this stage may have not ran in a couple of years or ran in nationals in a couple of years. Very, very popular, huge entries in a lot of the events. Like double the amount of entries that they normally had, or just under double, which is obviously incredible. But a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands looking to.
No more
to
than
get
us.
out. No, stop.
Tomas Fitzpatrick there has hit the front. The old stager from Tallahassee.
It is. There's a lot of his training.
Accomplished at everything from the 1500 metres to the marathon.
Certainly does. There's a lot of his training in Tymon Park there. I see him running with Liam Brady on occasion. So obviously in good enough shape here, leading this national 5k heat. And as said, John Travers is a real danger in this one. Looking like the likely challenger for the title tomorrow.
It's like saying a lion is a danger in the jungle. It's not so much the danger as the king of this domain. You know, John Travers is a multiple-time champion at this arena. 1500 metres mainly. Has he won a 5k title? I think he has.
Possibly, yeah. I'm sure I should have done our research.
It's Neil Johnson there in second place. And that,
from Annandale Striders, yeah.
or is that, I think he's Naas AC here.
I don't believe so.
I don't think he was Naas AC, but that's what our thing
Looks
is telling
like
us.
the
It looks
Annandale,
like very much like an Annandale singlet. So Neil Johnson, of course, is a familiar man at this level as well, cross country or track. Kevin Moriarty looks at his watch on the inside in a Joshua Cheptegei fashion.
Yes, just a lot slower. I jest. He is a good friend of ours, so we can have a bit of banter off him here. He's a school teacher down in Confi College in Lucan.
He's in third there.
In third, big tall unit. And Rahini Shamrock, AC man, another man that's he's got a 3:46 1500 meter PB, so he'll be looking to use a bit of that speed. He's getting, he's in the the winter of his career at this stage. We might refer to it.
Winter of his discontent.
He's exactly. Yeah, he's no discontent today. He's going quite well. This group is certainly away from the rest of the field now with 3 laps to go, 1200 metres left.
Starting to crank down. That's Noel Murphy of Waterford AC in 5th. Man we haven't mentioned yet. He's hanging on to the group. He went off on his own early on this race. It's anyone who watched the stony silence in our absence. There's a raucous atmosphere here in Century, the Morton Stadium today. And by raucous I mean deathly quiet.
It is, yes. It's quite eerie. Very strange. Just you can actually hear the athletes as they come up the home straight there. You can hear the huffing and puffing and the slamming of the shoes. Guys running as if they were angry at the track up that home straight there, and you can actually hear the sounds of the feet on the track, which you normally wouldn't be able to hear up the home straight. You might be able to hear in the back straight, but not up the home straight at National Senior. It's very quiet here. Very
quiet. Let's just emphasise again, very quiet. It is brightening up though. The rain is held off, so the last 2 laps here is at 900 to go now. One of these men is going to get done out of a place, perhaps. Although the pace we think is pretty quick, the clock is not operating.
Which makes life difficult for the fastest qualifiers.
So we'll keep an eye on we may time the next race.
Yes, once
Be
again,
professional about things.
Apologies. We only had to come 600 metres, so therefore we were horribly late.
Yeah, we got a bit screwed at the door. So Neil Johnson there is taking over the lead, churning it out.
John Travers, Tom Fitzpatrick, Kev Moriarty and Noel Murphy, they're that top 5. They said it's top 4 qualifiers and then a fastest qualifiers after that. Not unsure on the exact numbers there, but it looks like all 5 of those athletes will surely qualify.
I don't know about surely.
Definitely qualify, almost certainly.
100% qualifiers.
Guaranteed.
Here. So yeah, they have the wind on their backs going up the back straight there. So we can see the women's long jumpers are getting ready, doing drills, doing plyometric movements that the distance runners on the track would know nothing about.
Yes, and it almost for those distance runners, it looks like they're having an epileptic fit rather than doing drills when they attempt it. It's quite hilarious. That long jump, Sophie Meredith is the favourite on that one, 6:14. She's jumped this year. Very difficult to tell with topless this year because obviously with a reduction in events, you'll have a lot of people who maybe even haven't raced or competed yet.
At least not in official meetings. You know.
Yes.
So John Travers is stalking a bit of a jiggery pokery there in the pack between Tomas Fitzpatrick and Kevin Moriarty, saying, "I'm the tallest man in the field." No, I am.
No, I would prefer
get their legs a bit tangled. Yeah. So a bit of a alpha male battle there.
Yeah, those 4 men have moved away now. You've got
Noel Murphy is
Noel-
just dropping off the back there a little, but Neil Johnson has seized command and he is striding on at the front.
He certainly has. John Travers, though, looking glorious there, just turning on a little bit of speed to go, look, mate.
Look.
I'm the best in this
Listen,
field. I'll be going by you now. I'm going to win this heat at my ease. Tom Fitzpatrick and Kevin Moriarty once again going, who will be the tallest man in this race? Let's use our unnecessary long legs to run away from Noel Murphy. Noel Murphy in 5th, still hoping to qualify there as fastest qualifier. Johnson looking really good in 2nd place as well, but Travers, glorious.
Yeah, Travers, I mean, look at him. He's very much several more gears he can access here if needs be, which he doesn't. And it's just, look at the lack of effort going into his stride.
He's not even trying.
Yeah, he's spinning the ball on his finger. Neil Johnston is closing in a bit here towards the finish. We're going down with my calipers to measure the depths of his midsoles, but it looks like the Adios Boost, which I believe is an approved shoe, so he'll be grand. 2 lads in 3rd and 4th then, Tomas Fitzpatrick and Kev Moriarty. Yeah. They'll automatically go through. Noel Murphy's going to have to wait in his time, but we think he's done enough to get through, we'd imagine.
I think we're quite
and then
happy
there's
as well
a
that
right
Kevin
dust
Moriarty
up
is
the
the tallest.
There's a right dust up the finish here. So Waterford man.
From Notes for Tote and Galway City Harriers here, tearing up the home straight.
That's David Carter. Takes 5th place at Galway City Harriers. And our 12th man, I think, was Kieran Crowther in under 23. So be good if he makes the final. Obviously, this championship is incorporating the under 23 championships this year.
Question now for you, Cahill. If the under 23s, if only 2 of them make the final, where does the bronze medal go? Fastest time from the heats?
Surely. Don't ask me questions I don't know. Stick to men's 1500 metre races after 1992.
Who finished second in the Olympics?
At elite global
behind
level.
Furman Cacho.
That was 92.
Yeah. Barcelona. You've been in the stadium.
I said after 92.
Surely it was Morsley, was it?
There's John Travers walking off. I don't know. It could have been Morsley was in around the house there, all right.
Yeah.
Certainly one of the cleanest Olympics we've ever had.
That's what a man who doesn't know the answer would say. Hammer we had this morning, so women's hammer, just get a result on that, or the current leader on that one. We've got the early leaders in that one, or the top list this year. Nicola Tuttle from Bangladesh. She broke the Irish under 20 record, I believe.
Yeah, we have some images. Our roving cameraman was out there, trekking across fields, jumping through hedges, dodging the COVID inspectors.
Absolutely, yeah.
And turning on as fast
Knox
as 60 metres
here, yeah.
to get out there to that hammer cage for a little bit of MC hammer time. And he'll be reporting back. We're going to tee up some of the footage when he puts it together. We'll be bringing you that.
Absolutely, yeah. Nicola
See
Tuttle
who won
was
the hammer.
The favourite in that one, 58-24. She's thrown the season Irish under 20 record, and Michaela Walsh then.
I think Michaela Walsh is the favourite, really.
56-10. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna favour
I'm gonna, yeah, Michaela
I'm
Walsh.
gonna
I'm
support
going
my
with.
clubmate Nicola Tuttle.
And I'm going to support way out west, Michaela Walsh.
You would.
It wouldn't be like Mayo to finish second in a national championship.
Nice one, There's that. And obviously the men's hammer as well. We're going to get some pictures of that. The likes of Sean Mockler, Adam King, Brendan O'Donnell, and Simon Galligan be the front runners in that one, or front throwers. Leading men.
It's too early. It's too early for this.
No, come on, Dennis, pull it together. I suppose when you're looking at the men's 5K here, I suppose we like Travers being the main man we'd be looking at, but you have a lot of other good athletes in there as well. Eric Keogh, Liam Harris, Shane Healy in there, Ephraim Giddy, Hiko Tanosa's entered as well, Darren McElhenney and Cormac Dalton. So there's a lot of quality athletes in there. Great quality.
Ephraim Giddy, of course, is under 23, so I think we can safely say he'll be taking that title.
Darren McElhenney's in there as well.
Oh,
Cahill.
I forgot that.
Lest we forget.
McElhenney, yes, you're right. I forgot that he is in there.
Right.
You're always right.
Shane Healy.
That would be quite the dust up for the under 23 title, and even those two versus John Travers for the overall title will be quite interesting. Hiko Tanosa, of course, as well.
I know Hiko Tanosa is suffering from a bit of a groin strain in the last couple of weeks, so I don't know if he's going to be running.
Okay, so we're going to get a bit of hammer here, and we do have 3 heats of the 5,000. That's why it was first 4 to go through. So
First X to go through.
First X to go through. X represents 4.
Yeah.
We see some athletes. We're
What's
going
the Y
to
for?
Here, we're in the hammer.
This is it.
Quiet, you distance man.
This is Michaela Walsh, is it?
That is Ciara McHugh Murphy of Clare Morris AC. Couldn't be further from Michaela Walsh.
Okay, fair enough. Serious throw there and some high
Well,
quality.
we don't know that it was a serious.
I'd say
throw, let's be
45
honest.
metres.
We're bluffing here. We can't be two places at once. So we're gonna later on we'll be joined by Gerard O'Donnell, who's currently training. That is Kira Sheehy of Emerald AC, a famous name in Irish athletics, of course. Brilliant 200 metre runner in the 90s, early 90s, Kira Sheehy. But now it's hammer time for Kira Sheehy of the Limerick Club.
Good triple turn there and release at the top of the apex. Gone. Does she look happy? This is what we're going off here. Yeah,
Does she
we'll go
look happy?
purely off.
She walked out the back of the circle, which is always a little bit of a tell. You know?
that's good.
When hammer throwers are miffed, they just go, I'm not arsed walking out the back of the circle because that was not a good throw. So we're going to be teeing up the winning throw here.
We have a fiver on this one. Will it be Michaela Walsh or Nicola Tuttle?
Who's to say?
I don't know if Michaela Walsh is even, because she was on the top list. Oh, Nicola Tuttle.
That's not Michaela Walsh. That is Nicola Tuttle.
And he's the Irish under 20 record holder. Nicola Tuttle.
We've got this badly wrong. At least I have. Ronan Duggan at Bandon AC was insider trading. Possibly had got a few WhatsApp messages already today. So this is Nicola Tuttle, Bandon AC.
Phil Conway.
And this was the throw that earned her the gold medal.
A lot of chat.
First gold of a crazy championships in a crazy year.
You can see this is a much quicker, much higher quality here, and it is quite the throw. Wonder what the exact distance is on that. She's quite happy with that, I'd say. Phil Conway would be kind of one of the hammer aficionados in the country, one of the top coaches, talking there's a lot of good chat around Nicola Tuttle and how far she can actually go. Could be a serious athlete over the next couple of years, possibly even towards Eileen O'Keefe's record as well. So could see the next top class hammer thrower here in the country. Absolutely,
and I'm assuming if Michaela Walsh didn't feature in our top three there, that she is not there.
Maybe she walked out the front of the circle.
Yeah, we've got I don't think she was from our cameraman, so I think that's clarification enough. That's all we need.
So I really screwed you there. I knew that she was going to be in it, and I knew there was a high likelihood that Michaela Walsh wasn't even in it.
I bet on a horse that wasn't even in the race. John Travers has come over to say hello. John, do you want to grab a quick word for 30 seconds? That looked quite easy.
Oh, it was grand. It wasn't too bad. It was actually quicker than I would like him with the final of tomorrow, but it's grand to spin the legs before, so it's not too bad.
What's going to be the plan tomorrow? Any insights into tactics? How the final might play out?
Put myself in the best spot to win. So whatever way it goes, if it goes fast, if it goes slow, I'll be ready. Anyway, I've had a good stint of training, so no matter what comes my way, I'll be fit and ready to go. So
how was lockdown?
It was actually great. We had a new baby. It gave us time with our kids and stuff like that. So I was lucky enough. I'm within 600 metres of a forest there, so I didn't have to detail my training in any sense. So I was getting, let's say, hilly forest as well. So I was getting 90-100 mile a week in the bank, week after week. So it was good. Nice.
You're in incredible shape.
Flying it. Yeah.
So there's no chance of anyone beating you tomorrow, is what you're telling us?
No, you're putting words in my mouth now.
Wouldn't be like us.
It'd be a good race. With Ephraim and Darren and a few others there as well, it'd be good. Look, no one's going to give anything away today. They'll be doing as little as possible. So you won't see what kind of shape anyone's in now till tomorrow. So
good stuff.
It'll be a waiting game anyway.
We'll let you get cooled down. Thanks for joining us and best of luck tomorrow. That was John Travers. We had a quick socially distanced chat there.
Yeah, potential winner tomorrow. Some other potential winners here as well. You got Darren McElhenney.
Darren McElhenney looks like he's running backwards here. He looks like he's tripping over himself.
Could be like one of those magic roads.
Innate ability on the outside.
Backwards.
As we set off here.
Two Leavell guys in this one. We've got reasonable field here. We've got an idea of exactly who is in this one. Mitchell Byrne in there as well. But McElhenney by far the class of this field, and it is very slow.
It's painful. Painful for all concerned. Only top four to go through, of course.
Certainly, yes. We could see a real battle here over the last couple of laps if it stays at this languid pace. But you'd expect some of the guys who know maybe, look, there is an element of this is probably our only track race of the season here. So are we going to jog around and look at each other? No, let's actually run a solid time if we don't expect to make
certainly best turned out award goes to Niall Sheehan there in the red and white.
He's glorious.
It's quite the ensemble there. He's back in 9th or so at the moment. It's the colour coordination is truly exceptional.
Well, red spikes would have really set it off.
There's red running shorts over white half tights and white
compression socks.
Half tights, compression socks, yeah. And it's really quite something. So his groom wins the £50 prize for best turned out.
Well, so far we haven't seen the rest of the.
Yeah. Well, in the men's 5K, there's one more heat to come.
I'd be shocked.
They were summoned to the call room moments ago.
None of them were looking as glorious as he.
No.
So Jared Gallagher from Finn Valley, out the front of this one from Finn Valley. I think he won a race in Finn Valley there recently on the road, I believe, in around 15 minutes. So he'll be looking to run away from this field and hopefully make him get into that final tomorrow. I said McElhenney is by far the class of this field. Mitchell Byrne there as well, from Rathfarnham.
Yeah, that's
away in America for a while.
That's in second place, leading the peloton as it were, is Anthony Mannix of Leevale AC. I think he's a young lad, if I'm right. I did have a phone call or WhatsApp voice consultation with a Leevale AC insider last night, John Shine. We couldn't be here today. Give me some of the lowdown on some of these Leevale men.
But you don't have any information on
I have no information. I've forgotten it all.
So that's Mitchell Byrne there.
You can't do the research too soon, you know. If you do it too soon, you forget it.
Things could
It's
change.
like studying for the leaving cert. Wait till the night before and the morning of it, then it all goes in.
And be nice to your teachers because there could be calculated grades.
Yeah. Ronan Duggan will be taking bribes if anyone wants to.
Absolutely.
Teacher at Belvedere College, fine institution in the leafy suburbs of Dublin. Not in the suburbs, in the city centre.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you think a suburb is. So Jared Gallagher leading this one out.
How thick are those shoes?
And a lot of abuse here from one particular member of the fans in the stadium here. You won't get away with it anymore. Mitchell Byrne, his shoes are looking pretty.
Those are
pretty
the
thick.
Asics racers I think Mitchell Burns has.
Yeah.
They're certainly compliant.
And Anthony Mannix there in third place. So
I want the shoe scandal. There has to be a shoe scandal at Nationals. Someone has to show up in the Vaporflies
I
and
would
perhaps paint them.
paint them, but then be like
And then
rugby
a quick-
tackled off
a
the
quick-
track.
a quick-
by a member of AI.
A quick change perhaps at the finish line. I really need to use the toilet, and then just emerge wearing a slimmer version of Vaporflies. Someone's
No.
got to be doing it. Mitchell Byrne is starting to close the gap there in second.
Oh, there's a race on call.
Along with Anthony Mannix. We were lost in the view of Niall Sheehan's best turned out costume.
Absolutely, yeah. And the thoughts of at least getting rugby tackled off the track. Change your shoes. Jared Gallagher is still leading this one out. And the real question here is McElhenney trying to get into that fourth place.
We may have got some things wrong occasionally on the stream. One thing we may have got wrong is that we may have called Pat Hennessy Noel Murphy for the entirety of that last race.
No, look, Noel Murphy.
Thank you to our insider who's fed this information to us. If we're incorrect with that, we blame the start list as always. We deflect blame as only the Irish government can do. We follow what the leaders do.
Absolutely. And Jared Gallagher still leading this one. Mitchell Byrne in second, Anthony Mannix in third. These maybe none of these people's names. And then, as you can see, Darren McElhenney there in fifth place. Just probably going to try and roll out those last couple of laps and pick up that fourth place. His coach Emmett Dunleavy has just messaged us in as well, with some information that we cannot actually mention about our best dressed athlete here.
Well, let's just say Niall Sheehan, if he doesn't make the final, it might not stop him appearing here tomorrow.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We have unconfirmed rumours.
Which we must delve into more, perhaps during
Yes,
the
which
session
we will
breaks.
continue to spread spuriously over the coming as a source of great entertainment.
This secondary group, though, I'll have to be looking
Hey,
at
get back to the rumours.
Darren McElhenney and thinking, well, we're not going to outkick this guy, and he couldn't run away from us at any point. So,
Yes.
what's our plan here?
You
to
do
try and
have to
qualify?
wonder. Darren McElhenney putting all his chips on the table and saying, I am a sub 14 minute and... Wait, is he sub 8 minutes? I'm forgetting here.
Oh,
For 3K?
I imagine that he's capable of it. I don't know if he's ran it though.
What time did he run last year? Christie was 8:04, his junior record that he broke.
Oh yes, I don't know if he broke 8 minutes though, did he? I think it was an 8:02, was it?
Oh dear, we're
Let's
embarrassing
have a quick
ourselves
look
here.
there. Will you cover me?
Anyway, Darren McElhenney is in that, well, second group. He's in second there, obviously the European under 20 5,000 metres bronze medalist.
Yeah,
I
young
don't think
and-
it's going above our station to say that no one in that group is outkicking Darren McElhenney,
Absolutely not.
assuming he's of sound mind and body.
And also the Anthony Mannix there in third place, who you were slating earlier on, is holding on very, very well here in third place. Jared Gallagher there in first from Finn Valley, and Mitchell Byrne spent his college years in America and is a very, very capable athlete over 15, 3 and 5k in second place there from Rathfarnham.
He was 8:02.
It was 8:02.
See, we don't actually have to look stuff up if we just keep saying incorrect stuff. We'll be set right by people. via the wonders of WhatsApp.
There's no fun in that.
And we hope you're enjoying this live stream. If not,
Just turn it off.
but please do be sure to share it throughout the day if you have access to that social media stuff that the kids are using these days. Put the good word out there that we're streaming all day today, all day tomorrow, all day next Saturday, and all day next Sunday. And what I'm really interested in is who's going to stay tuned to us when RTE are live on air tomorrow afternoon for the best session and perhaps of the thing. You're going to be the true hipsters. You're going to be the people who talk about the Argentinian second division as being better quality than the Premier League.
Exactly, yeah. The League of Ireland aficionado kind of type scenario.
Yeah, stay with
big
us.
Big fan of the Championship. The Championship in England, that's the most competitive league in the world.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are the hipsters' choice. Still the group of 3 men here at the front. Mannix there in third place from Leaville, I see the young athlete, just by Mitchell Byrne and Jared Gallagher. And as you said, Darren McElhenney just stalking the rest of the field there, just sitting in the second place in that group, doing as little as possible and hoping to make his way into the final. Now come up towards 6 laps to go, so 2,400 metres left.
And remember when we said we'd get a clock on this one because the official clock isn't working? Well, we lied. We forgot. We were too busy in our rumour mill that we forgot to start the stopwatch before this, and once again the stadium clock here has failed us.
Look, at the end of the day, we're talking about some of these athletes are rusty, and we're rusty too, you know? We haven't commentated since the national indoors.
Don't even know what I'm watching.
You know?
What is sport anymore?
The last time we were here together as a group, we were, throwing out the old elbow bumps, thinking that was going to be enough. But in the last couple of months...
we got that one a little wrong.
That and many other things.
We have a presentation.
It's the women's hammer rolling out here. Nicola Tuttle, the winner of that one.
Is that how it's pronounced? Tuttle?
Tuttle, yeah. Mama's Colette Tuttle, race walker, 800 metre runner from Bandon in the National League. Her cousins, Hurley twins, good cross-country runners in the juvenile age groups. So an athlete with a great background in the sport. An athlete who's ran many events, 400 metres, 400 metre hurdles, and now in the hammer throw. National champion.
Well done to Nicola. We see the presentation here. This will be a strange presentation because she's going to go up there, but if I have understood the protocols correctly, she will not be getting a medal handed to her. She's just going to go up and stand, and then she's going to be picking her medal off a table after she walks away.
Oh no, they're
she has the medal already.
It's like a IKEA for medals. They're self-assembly. Some assembly required.
It's quite something, this.
In second place from Emerald.
Kira Sheehy there from Emerald in second place.
The excitement is like Christmas morning, opening the packages.
Georgina Drum adding a bit of...
Saying it's like Christmas morning, opening those packages.
yeah, loving it.
What is inside? A medal.
Medal, yeah.
Shockingly. No surprise there.
60 metres odd today.
60 metres.
60 metres odd.
Fantastic competition for the
That is a new record, I suspect. New national under-20 record. Or
Wait.
youth record.
Let's have a look. The results may be in. Can we actually
she
add a bit of
2:58?
insight into what she ran here?
And
Or ran? Through.
Clap-
Nicola
clap-
Tuttle through
themselves.
60.04. Outstanding. Michaela Walsh did indeed not participate. Kira Sheehy for the silver for Emerald AC, 49.37. And Megan Moynihan in West Musgrave, 48.80 for the third.
So outstanding. Gonna put our hands together here for first champion of 2020, Nicola Tuttle from Banton AC, throwing I'm gonna say
60.04? A youth record?
Youth record, yeah. I don't know if she broke the junior record. She holds the youth
How
record
old
now
is
with
she?
58. She's still in school anyway. She's quite young. It'll be on the entry list there, Carl.
We may attempt to go. It's
You
not,
might
on,
actually
it's, not
want
on,
to
it's not on
up
the
your
entry
game
list. It's not on the entry list. Oh, you mean I was looking at the start list.
You're having a shocker here, Carl.
I might. Yeah, do you know what? I'm having such a shocker that I'm going to leave.
Oh, that's upsetting.
I'm going to leave to try and speak to Nicola Tuttle
Go for it.
after that exceptional performance. 60 metres in the hammer
Yes, as I said,
with
I'm
no crowd.
not 100% sure whether it's a youth or a junior, but you're going to have to bring your
Well, that's
microphone with you.
No, I'm gonna. This is for
This-
social media. It's different.
Oh, do you not want to do both at once then?
Can't.
No, Carl's letting us down. He's going to get the some social media covers there for Nicola Tuttle. Back to this race here. We've got Mitchell Byrne now leading this 5K. We've got Anthony Mannix there in second and Jared Gallagher there in third place. Darren McElhenney then now has made his way around into that 4th place position. We've got 3 laps to run here, 1,200 metres left. Mitchell Byrne leading us out. Mannix in 2nd, Gallagher in 3rd, and McElhenney has got into his running here with 3 laps to go, and he's going to try and eke his way out up to that group of 3 in front and hold on to try and qualify for this final. McElhenney just getting into his running there, looking really, really good, just leaning forward and working his way up to that group. He's had a few easy laps here, trying to rest himself up for tomorrow. And Mitchell Byrne, Mannix and Gallagher here, 1, 2 and 3. McElhenney in 3rd, and our friend Sheehan here in 5th place, hoping that the pickup in pace should qualify him here for the final.
Mitchell Byrne from Rathfarnham now leading a group of 3 from Leevale.
That's Mitchell Byrne, Mannix, Gallagher, and McElhenney now has made his way up to that group. Dara McElhenney there in 4th place. He's the favourite in this race, and we're going to be battling out for the senior title as well as the under 23 title against Ephraim Giddy tomorrow.
2 laps to go, very close at the front here.
So you can see here Rathfarnham, Leevale, Finn Valley, and UCD here in this field.
In the middle group here, trying to catch on to the top 4.
So you can see here Sheehan then, and we've got Gorney from Gorney AC, and then we have another Leevale athlete and an Annadale AC athlete then as well in that secondary group, all hoping to run maybe PBs in the track, or even possibly a PB overall. A lot of these guys would have maybe a bit quicker on the road. Running on the track is a little bit more difficult at times. That group of 4 there with 600 metres left to run, looking to ease it. They can pretty much run now at their ease. There's no real need for them to work much harder than this. They have a gap on Sheehan there from Gowran, and look like they're going to qualify quite easily here.
Coming around into their last lap, as we see the judges changing the lap counter.
So 500 metres left to run. Mitchell Byrne, Anthony Mannix, Jared Gallagher and Dara McElhenney there in 4th place. Just get an idea there. Nicola Tuttle is 17 years of age, so I think it's a national youth record she's just broken. Again, for the 2nd time this summer, 60.04. It's incredible. 1 lap to go here, and man from Leevale here is starting to push into that group there now as well. So Mitchell Byrne, Anthony Mannix, Jared Gallagher, and Dara McElhenney. We've got top 4 qualifying this one, and the 3 fastest qualifiers. So 200 metres left to run. Anthony Mannix is going to try and get a scalp here over Dara McElhenney. You can say I've beaten Dara McElhenney in over 5,000 metres. McElhenney there in 2nd, Jared Gallagher and Mitchell Byrne. So no real need to win this other than bragging rights. And these 4 athletes are away at home here with 100 metres left to run. Anthony Mannix to get a famous win over some of these athletes here. Someone is hoping, look, I'll try and beat McElhenney, try and get the win here. An athlete here from Leevale closing very strongly, trying to sneak his way into that top 4. And McElhenney gets a little bit of a shock there and goes, I'm just going to win this. And Mannix, Mitchell Byrne in 3rd, Jerry Gallagher in 4th. And the athlete from Leevale there in 5th place.
Oh
no, I don't, sorry. I lost the start list.
Yes, and the start list appear not to be working for me now at the moment, but we'll try and...
I can tell you in a second who it was.
Well, 1.
Oh, our heat list has been updated. Outstanding.
So
It was Gavin O'Rourke.
Gavin O'Rourke, yeah. Rourke. Another young athlete, Gavin O'Rourke.
His clubmate John Shine confidently predicted he would qualify.
Oh,
And then on WhatsApp deleted the message when he didn't.
has he already deleted it?
Yeah. I saw it though. I saw the preview.
Oh, controversial.
Niall Sheehan is on the ground in a world of hurt. Many
But
athletes
still
are on the ground.
Looking great, must be said.
On the live results page. No, live.athletics.ireland.ie. A reminder to all our watchers, viewers, what have you.
Now, a reminder, please collect your bags.
Ronan is trying to navigate through the results system here.
And we ask you to leave
Can't
See
find
Mitchell
it.
Byrne.
So Byrne here
Coming up with his
qualified quite
shoes.
easily in
How
that.
thick are those shoes?
Give us a look at them now. I get the ruler out.
Get my calibers.
Each two coming through now. So athletes on the track, I know you need a moment, but could we ask you to up you get there
So
and go on
athletes
out.
are getting
Thank you very much.
And
scraped
Georgina
off the
Drum,
track.
President of Athletics Ireland, has
Just says-
told the athletes in no uncertain terms, up you get there
Yeah, get on.
and
get
go
up.
on outside. Of course,
She's
we've strict
treating them with
protocols
the
to
kind
adhere
of
to.
Derision that English commentators treat foreign divers in the Premier League. She's going like, get up, stop rolling around.
No
It's,
English player has ever dived.
No, exactly. Yeah, no sympathy here from Georgina Drum. Yeah, 25k, 12 and a half laps.
Yeah,
Get up. It's a joke.
Joshua Cheptegei can do it in 60.5 seconds a
Yeah.
lap.
Come on, out you go.
And then he can stop his watch and celebrate. Sam Barnes, photographer, supreme.
And we've had a text in here as well from Cork saying that Anthony will be delighted you're calling him a young lad.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're all trying to hang on to our youth here. You know, we're all kicking on. Too many grey hairs on the heads of Ronan Duggan and Cathal Dennehy these days.
Certainly, yeah, we've lost it.
We have. We've lost it mentally, physically, everything.
Matty's hoping to win this next heat here. We hear from Giddy. These have been well seeded. Travers, McElhenny and Giddy in the 3 different races. The 3 most likely medalists tomorrow. But a few more on this one as well. They're entered anyway. You've got the likes of Liam Harris and Cormac Dalton and Eric Keogh. They might have a few questions on this one. We've got a long jump here. It's Clonliffe's athlete here making the pit. Always a good sign from this distance. So the women's long jump has had the favourites in this one: Sophie Meredith, Sarah Mccarty, and Ruby Millet. But just check.
I always struggle with Millet.
It's a difficult one.
Millet.
Yeah, you don't want to upset.
Millet.
Don't wanna
Millet.
upset.
Certainly some French. That was Shannon Sheehy, an under 23 from Clonliff, who just jumped. And again, we're not with Ger O'Donnell, unfortunately, here. He's training to defend his own national title at the moment this morning. So it's a 2-man show for the time being, but he'll be over quite soon. And he's going to be booting across to the back straight with mic in hand and feeding us back some updates. Unfortunately, the jumps are not updating in live time and don't appear to be working on the measurements don't appear to be going up on that little mini digital clock over there. So we have to choose between our comfortable covered position, the stands for commentating, or being over there in the cold and wet.
No,
And,
having none of that.
We're too old. We're too old for
Can't hack
the
it.
hardship.
In that last one, Cathal, Noel Murphy was actually running in the second heat there, and we gave him no love after completely giving him all the love in the first heat that he wasn't in. Shockers.
Yeah.
In this one, though, we're going to have Liam Harris, Ephraim Giddy, Peter Arthur, Darrell Lynch, Ben Bruton, who's under 23, Ephraim Giddy's under 23, David Rooney, back from a couple of years out, Sean Malarkey from under 23, Owen McElhenny, brother of Darragh McElhenny, Michael Hurley, Stephen Cashin, under 23, Mark Cornett, Colin Coyne, Kane Collins, and Tony McCambridge from Farnfor Main Valley AC. So good field in this one. The guys to watch in this one: Toker AC's Liam Harris, who was a Providence Friar there for a couple of years. Good athlete over the steeplechase, and went on a basketball and running scholarship to Kent High School many years ago, and eventually packed in the basketball and took up running full time. Ended up going to Providence College. Liam Harris has. So from Giddy there in second place. Any viewers, regular viewers of the stream, or any Legs Ireland coverage will
Second
know
place.
all about Ephraim Giddy in second in my start list.
He's not in second on the start line. He's in the middle.
And then also we have the other main athlete in that one would be, I would say, David Rooney did run about 15:30 there recently, so he may be in close in that one. Darrell Lynch as well, another athlete with a good kick. So I'd say Harris and Giddy sure to qualify from this one. Big tall Michael Hurley there as well from North Cork AC. He's thinking to himself, Kevin Moriarty and Tom Fitzpatrick. I think it'd take those two lads for the title of world's tallest man. There's
Is
Ruby
that-
Millet. Is it?
Looks like Emerald singlet, is it? Or Raheny singlet.
Funny we
Kim
had
O'Hare is an under 23 from Raheny. I think it might be her.
could be Laura Frawley though, from Emerald AC.
Oh, this is true. That does look like Emerald
If
singlet.
only we had
as
an Emerald
opposed to
AC
Raheny
athlete
singlet.
on the commentary team who may be able to, spot this.
It's been a long
Colin.
time since I was an Emerald AC athlete.
Sure, he's got to
The
pay
heavens
membership.
burst as she runs down the runway. That is Laura Frolly of Emerald AC,
Nice, good work.
up Limerick. But
Han
she may
Limerick.
also be Clare or Tipperary, given the border is quite close to UL, where Emerald are based. Men's 5K is off and running.
It certainly is, Cathal. And as I said, the heavens have opened, so these athletes will be.
It's
not enjoying
diabolical.
this.
Oh, it's really has opened now. It really has gone for it.
I'm really enjoying this covered stand.
Hmm.
What a joy.
And
So we said the Darrell Lynch has gone straight out the front of this one. The
Yeah.
NS track athlete. He's hoping
Headband.
to qualify, looking glorious.
get rich or die trying. Is that Stephen? No, it's that Colin Coyne in second, I think. Michael Hurley up the third.
Michael Early, yeah, in
Wearing
third place in
flats.
North Cork.
But how flat are the flats?
How flat are they?
25 mils, Michael?
Yeah.
As a
Suspect.
race director, I'm sure, he's both the police and the criminal here. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he could be on the inside. You know exactly
Yeah,
how to get away
Michael
with
does great work in putting on many an event down in the North Cork region.
it. Yeah,
The yellow
lovely.
singlet there. But yeah, Darrell Lynch has said,
This is the only time I'm going to get on the track this year.
I am Ireland's answer to Joshua Cheptegei. And I will run 60-something second laps. Ronan, we didn't time this again.
I got it at halfway there, so he's running in around, I'd say, 75 seconds.
He's running faster than 75. A lot faster. Look at that yawning gap. It's like a time trial.
Could be.
Of course,
Colin,
we have the
could be.
wave light technology here lighting up, keeping him going at world record pace around the inside.
No, he's absolutely flying out the front here, Carl. But Michael Hurley there in second place. I'd say Darrell Lynch is well capable of running in around the 15-minute mark. So you'd imagine he's.
We have results
into
from the
that.
first heat through. You didn't speak about these yet?
I
John
did
Travers
not.
ran 15:10 to win.
And in the
And
long
the
jump,
key numbers.
Carl,
Oh, sorry, we're over in the long
Ruby
jump.
Millet.
Is that Sarah Buggy?
Terry, no, that is an impressive jump. As we attempt to.
It's Sarah Buggy, yeah.
It is Sarah Buggy, yes, you're correct.
Ruby Millet.
Well, Robertstown and
Get
Allen,
out
they
of
say.
that. I know a
No?
multiple-time national champion when I see one, even though they both are.
Yes, exactly, yeah. And they're both Robertstown and Allen, they see, which is a new venture for me. I thought they were St. Albans.
Oh,
It's been some sort of fracas.
some sort of military coup in the
Yes,
Midlands.
Exactly, yeah. Well, in fairness, the.
And we should point out, of course, well, it doesn't really matter now because the lockdown was lifted for Laois and Offaly. But even if they did, I believe Sarah Buggy doesn't live in.
No, it's a part of the world. If I remember Paul Byrne telling us that he went to school.
Essentially, Carlo.
Went to
isn't
school in
it?
Carlow, addressed his Laois, but he's like local shops were in Kilkenny or something.
Yeah.
So it's a part of the world that I'm sure you could get away with. Just go to the right county. I'm from Kilkenny. I've been from Kilkenny the whole time.
Absolutely.
Competitors, the third heat.
That was Sarah Mccarty, Mid Sutton. I think she's a former champion as well.
She is, yeah. Jumped 6:07 so far this season. The Mid Sutton AC athlete.
So yeah, 6 metre jumping will often get it done here. So they have the wind on their backs up the back straight there. Obviously quite difficult for a lot of long jumpers to train throughout the spring season this year, but very interesting to see what it'll take as we cut back to Darrell Lynch, who is
great.
he's taken out the flamethrower today, and he has just flame roasted the field here over these first 3 laps.
He certainly has, and you'd be expecting the likes of Michael Hardy there to work their way up towards him. I said Ephraim Giddy there in that field as well.
It's about 70 to 80 metre lead he has at the moment.
And Michael Hurley is well kept running around that 15 minutes to 15:30 barrier as well. Liam Harris there, I think, just in third place, making his way up there and taking closer order. And Ephraim Giddy doing the same there, moving around the outside of the pack. So a lot of athletes in this one, a lot of athletes are on a similar standard. Ephraim Giddy, obviously the major light, and Liam Harris there as well. So he'll be in contention tomorrow, particularly for the silver and bronze medals you'd expect. Darrell Lynch though looking in tremendous shape here as he runs away from this field. 9 laps
he's got
to go.
9 laps to go, which is a tough old sight to see, but he is running it the hard way. And right now I suppose it looks the easy way because he is really full of running out front. Michael Hurley, he continues to lead the pack.
Certainly is. And Darrell Lynch is an athlete who's ran in the low 150s for 800 as well, so you would have expected that he might have had the ability to run away from these guys over the last couple of laps if it was a bit slower. But
And two of the medalists at the European cross country, one individual, one team. From Giddy individually there, the junior race, running side by side. David Rooney just outside him in that white singlet of Raheny. Going back to, I think it was 2011 when he was part of that under 23 winning team over in Albufeira.
Certainly.
Gave up the sport, drifted away, and came right back to it. Probably more in a park run kind of road race, enjoyable fashion in the last few years. But he's gradually been knocking chunks off his time. Still, obviously, the level he got to, he's still nowhere near that. But that was quite a high level. He was top 10 in the NCAA cross country. Really an absolutely astonishing performance. And David Rooney has just taken the lead there in that second group and has finally started to get a bit of a chase on to these lads. But Darragh Lynch is still 70 metres ahead.
Quite
80.
easily, yeah. He looking great, and an athlete that always has lovely running style. 8 laps to go for him now, and yeah, you're looking here, David Rooney, an athlete that has been, as I said, on the comeback trail and ran about 15:30, I think, in the Dublin Graded there about 10 days ago. So in reasonable shape. Liam Harris there in second, Ephraim Giddy there just on the inside. So big field. Michael Hurley there, big man at the back of that field.
We'll have the 10K next weekend, of course. Looking forward to that as well.
Absolutely. And we do have another 5,000 metres junior final coming up after this. So that will that'll be another national final today. And we've got a good few athletes in that one as well, of a reasonable standard. Michael Morgan being the major highlight, the multiple Irish schools cross-country champion, Michael Morgan.
Yeah, that'll be a great one to look forward to. We've seen juniors light it up against the seniors already, but they'll be separated over 5,000 metres. Nicola Tuttle.
Yeah.
I
Irish.
had a chat with her. Her best was 58 metres before this.
It
So
was.
she's added 2 metres to her best. She's not
58.24
sure.
to be exact.
She's not sure on what sort of record it was. She is a youth, or
She is
an
a
under
youth, yeah.
18 indeed. But she's not sure.
Because the weight might be different.
Yeah, so she's not exactly sure on the
Yeah.
situation there with junior and under 18 records.
Yeah.
But what a performance. 2 metres to her personal best. She said, because she lives on a farm, that's basically where she was throwing.
Yeah. They
Over the
built a
last
cage
while.
out there.
Happy enough.
Yeah.
Hats off to them. So it doesn't go through the window. That'd be awfully upsetting if
It
you're eating
would.
your cornflakes.
And then
Hammer throw in the middle.
this
Takes you out.
top class youth athlete launches a hammer through the front
Yeah,
window.
in the men's hammer we'll be seeing Adam King, to tell a brief aside here. And Adam King coming up later this morning, but when he was in the World Junior Final, I think he finished 10th or something in the World Junior Final in Bydgoszcz 3 years ago, maybe now, maybe even 4 years ago. But anyway, during that final, I was there and I went over to kind of watch it.
Of course you were.
Yeah, thanks. Just humble brag. Anyway, someone threw a hammer and it boshed up, that went out wrong, the top of the cage, and went out the top side of the cage. Obviously it clanged off the pole and then fell out through the net, and the judge, who was sitting on the table alongside the cage marking down the measurements, it went through the table and broke his foot.
Oh.
And there was an ambulance driven out onto the track, and he was in
Swiftly.
a spot of bother, and the whole competition was interrupted for about 40 minutes, and then it went on. Anyway, Adam King,
There you
top
are.
10, top 12, certainly top 12 in the world as a under 20, so he's progressed well in recent years. So he'll be in action for that senior title, but he'll be up against it later on. Sean Mockler and others want to be laying down for Adam King.
Certainly will, and that's
Is this finally Ruby Mie?
it could be
I
one.
think it might be.
Robertstown and Allen AC. Ruby May lining up here on the back straight here on the long jump. She's jumped 586 this season, but you'd expect her to go even further. There's the 5K athletes showing in the foreground there, tearing down the runway here. Oh,
That was about 2.5 meters.
yeah, that's not going to cut it, Ruby.
That was aborted. I think
know.
that was Ruby Mie.
I believe so, yeah.
Our eyesight isn't the best.
No, we're quite far away here, but certainly an athlete that'll be in the mix for that one. As you said, Sarah Buggy, Sarah Mccarty, Sophie Meredith, and Ruby May in that one. Darragh Lynch here, 5 laps to go, 2K to go. This is where the 5K really starts over these last 5 laps, and he's starting to get a bit tighter on the shoulders there, is Darragh Lynch, but still and a yawning gap of about 60-70 metres back to Liam Harris here, Rooney, and Ephraim Giddy there on the inside. And that must be Tony McCambridge there from Farnfore Main Valley.
Yeah, Michael Hurley here, our early leader, is falling off the back of this group. He checks the watch as he goes through. 5k, that's the 3k marker there, so it's obviously a big split for these lads. They'll get an idea whether they're running well or not, as it were. And it's blowing a gale here in Morton Stadium. It's into their faces up the home straight.
And sorry,
So-
that's actually the guy in 5th there is Sean Malarkey, I think, from Killarney Valley AC in the green. And just Peter Arthur there from Liffey Valley AC there in 3rd place is also in contention. That you'd see quite regularly on the roads around Dublin in road races, 5Ks, 10Ks, 4 miles, all the options. From Goody, they're going to 3rd place. Rooney and Harris still leading this one out. Harris, the former Providence Friar, and Rooney, the former McNeese Cowboy, running well in this one.
Cowboy, nice. Great knowledge of the NCAA system.
I just like the nicknames.
Yeah, why can't we do that? We tried to call ourselves the DCU Dragons back in the day. It didn't really catch on.
No, it didn't. And the Waterford IT Ducks, I believe. The UL Wolves.
Wolves, yeah.
UCD Bears.
That was a stretch.
Yeah. The
So we're
Trinity
back.
Scholars.
The studious.
Excellent.
We're back on the long jump runway.
We certainly are, as we struggle to get the entry list back up again. And tearing down the runway. Another great jump there. That is an athlete from, I recognise that single call.
Is it Lydia Mills? No. 1-1 something? Oh, Shannon, no. We're struggling here. It's 1-1 something. This is a mess. This is where you pass and move on. You know, don't
worry about it.
Yeah, it is the same.
Don't think it's on our entry list.
It appears it is not, or else the clubs are wrong.
Possibly, yes. Darren Lynch here still in. There's 3 laps to go. Really be hoping he's gritting the teeth here now. You're hoping that he will qualify for this final after making all the early running, but there's a whole pack of ravenous wolves starting to
UL Wolves.
ready. UL Wolves really moving together there. You'd expect Lynch takes a look over the shoulder to say, oh no, there's other people running as well. This is very disappointing.
This is a park run, essentially. It's not a race, but of course it's a race.
You're
It's always a race.
hoping it's hope here that he makes it. If Goody making his way to the front of that group. There's a lot of athletes here in this group that are starting to run pretty well here on the long jump runway then. That is from Emerald AC, called, is it?
It is, yes.
Tearing their own
We have
runway
some
here,
updates.
driving the arms.
That's Laura Frolly.
Laura Frolly here, Emerald
Good
AC.
takeoff there, jumps out to the right, nearly lands on Sam Byrne's camera. If she did, Sam would say, you're replacing that.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Sports File Insurance is replacing that. A lot of photographers don't insure their cameras because they're so expensive.
Huh.
The World Youths a few years ago, 2 of the photographers had their cameras nicked and they were worth about 10 grand. And they said the insurance would cost about 6 grand, so they didn't insure them.
God.
They just lost them. They caught the people who did it. Didn't get the cameras back though.
Lynch here with 2 laps to go. Is hoping against hope here that he's going to hang on. Ephraim Giddy, Harris, Rooney, Arthur, and I think that is Owen McElhenney, brother of Darren McElhenney there in 5th place.
Yeah, we're very much seeing Tour de France stage play out here. We had our breakaway rider from the start. As soon as the flags went down, he left. And then the peloton said, right, we'll leave you off, get time for your sponsors. And Darrell Lynch is obviously far from an also-ran. He's good enough to stay out there himself. But the big dogs in the pack now have gone to hunt.
Yes, and they're going to
in
eat
the
him
last
alive
week,
here.
and they are very
Ephraim
much
Giddy.
eating him alive. And now it's a lonely old time. If you don't hang in now for Darrell Lynch for these next 100 metres, it is game over. And unfortunately for him, it's been a brave run, but it looks, unfortunately, like it is going to be game over because there's no second wind when you've gone out like he has in that wind, buffeting you along. As we come up, Ephraim Giddy is going to have 500 metres to run. He is one of the classiest distance runners in Ireland, this young man. He trains in this stadium and in the park right beside it, Century Domain, every day. He lives locally and he's one of the finest exponents of distance running in our land, up and coming.
Certainly.
Only Jakob Ingebrigtsen and some random Turkish lad were able to defeat him at the European Under-20 cross country.
Yeah, lap to go here. Harris looks at the watch. These 4 men look like they're going to make it. It is Harris, Giddy, Arthur and
Sarah Buggy's on the
Rooney.
long jump runway. We'll just catch that before we switch back to the 5K. Obviously one of the big contenders for gold. Great elevation there off the board. Also jumps out to the right. Sam Burns may want to change his position, but he's staying steadfast. About 300 metres to run here.
And the positions here, Cathal, first Harris, second Giddy, Arthur in third, and Rooney hanging on gamely for fourth. And back in fifth, that is Owen McElhenny, brother of Darren McElhenny, hoping to make his way into the final, possibly act as a pacemaker tomorrow. Who knows, Moroccan style. And then that is the athlete from Killarney Valley there, just behind him. And Darragh Lynch, unfortunately, our long-time leader, still hoping to make it in as maybe a fastest qualifier, but the lead is in the legs now.
Are we going to have a bit of an ego battle here up the home straight between Harris and Giddy?
Two
top dogs of this field are starting to look around, but at the same time, when Giddy came up to Harris, Harris just kicked it into gear again. And who's going to take it? This is always intriguing.
Yeah.
Do you care enough to get in front?
Giddy's calling him names there, I think.
Yeah, Giddy's saying, come on,
Oh,
look at
there
him. They're
is a
both
little
accelerating, both of them. Yeah, Giddy's
saying,
the
good
moral
night.
victory, yeah. Great stuff.
Peter Arthur in third, and Rooney qualifying for the final there. Good to see him back. Owen McElhenny then in fifth place. And Killarney Valley's Sean Malarkey then, I think that is, coming in there in fifth. And that's the athlete then from North Cork, Kane Collins, coming in sixth. And then I'd say we have
Darragh Lynch there across the line. It's been a painful last kilometre for him, and then it is the Clonlift man coming across there. That's
Stephen Cashin, the under 23.
So we're back
runway.
on the long jump runway.
The orange singlet here.
That's Sophie Meredith of St Mary's.
Yeah, St Mary's in Limerick.
Great sprinting technique down the runway. Good elevation.
Leads the top
Is it
list
just
this
me,
year.
or are they all jumping out to the right? Perhaps due to the wind.
Possibly, yeah. 6:14 she's jumped this year. She's the longest jump in Ireland before today, so she's hoping to stay out front and hold on to the number one spot in Ireland.
Jackie Frayne just behind him there. Just the under 20 high performance manager for Athletics Ireland. And we do have some live results going in on the women's long jump.
We have two, Cathal.
We have two. We're well into the competition, and we have two jumps recorded in total on the
Barrow
system.
Harriers
But it's
ACs.
worth keeping an eye on that again. Live.athleticsIreland.ie is where to go for that. I think this is, if we're going in order, this is Roisin Downell. Roisin, surely.
From Barrow Harriers AC.
Roche, we apologise for our butchering of your surname, and indeed to the Needonal.
Needonal, yeah. Did you not do Irish in school, no? Did you get a
I did, but it's
exemption? 105, yeah, that is Ross Needonal.
Downell.
Downal?
I don't know. Donal, surely.
Who knows? I only
This
went to a
is
Gael
Maeve Hayes of St. Paul's AC. Did you go to a Gael school?
2 years, yeah.
I always thought Gael schools were a bit like cults.
Very, very, very much so. It was quite cult-like, I have to say.
They're up to something in those Gael
It
schools.
was the beatings you got when you spoke English. That really set it off.
The Ben on T,
Yeah.
bringing the
No, that's a
hammer
Gael
down.
tucked though, yeah. That is cult-like, yeah.
We have the full first two rounds now are in the system. Sarah
Oh.
Buggy leads with 5.93, so we've yet to see a 6 metre jump in the women's long jump.
That
Maeve
is Maeve
Hayes of
Hayes.
St. Paul's. She's the best of 5.20 at the moment. This is fantastic. Great stuff, and whoever over there is putting these into the system, because it's hugely helpful for a live stream and two feeble commentators who are grossly out of their depth.
Absolutely. Treading water here. Sarah Buggy is leading at 5.93. Sophie Meredith, the number one athlete in Ireland this year, 5.81 in second place. Sarah Mccarty then in third at 5.78. And Ruby Millet with 5.68. So Sarah McCarthy's got two very, very good jumps so far, 76 and 78. The former pentathlete, perhaps even still does pentathlons and heptathlons, perhaps. But certainly
outgrown the pentathlon at this stage. This is Fola Nick Faudine. Apologies to Nick Faudine family for that pronunciation of Ross's AC. She jumped 4.67 in the second round. That's her best to date.
she's done 23 athlete as well, called one of four in the field. Kim O'Hare, Shannon Sheehy and Lydia Mills all batting out for that one. So at the moment I think it's Lydia Mills is in the lead from Kilkenny City Harriers of that. Oh yes, I'm correct. It's good to be right. She is leading that under 23. So there's a lot of little battles here as we see Michaela Byrne here, who's got 2 fouls in her first 2 jumps from Finn Valley AC.
And it's game over unless she gets this one right.
She'll be
as a friend of ours plays Malky. This is her 3rd striker. You're out.
Certainly, and I'm sure Georgina Dunn was just pointing over going, if this one doesn't make this jump, she's
don't
out of the stadium.
Step over the board.
Out.
It's a tricky thing, especially with the wind behind you. Not that I have a clue about the long jump. Let me just state that first. But
Not a notion.
it's
I'd
certainly
expect
the
it up.
run-ups get heavily affected by the wind, and if it picks up, obviously your stride gets longer, and you could easily surpass that mark you warmed up with. So, pressure jump here from Michaela Byrne. Looks like a safe one. What flag goes up? What flag? Where's the flag?
There's oil on the track. There's oil on the track. Get the safety car out.
I don't see any flag.
No.
There's no flag.
Maybe the flags are on the ground. How will we know?
No.
Very
She's telling her.
confusing.
She's telling her, I'm leaving you off there.
Yeah, you know, fair dues. Keep it up. Maybe they don't want to touch the flags.
Okay, we're going to assume that was an okay jump for Michaela Byrne. We'll give you that update. Georgina Drum is just reminding athletes that there is no cooling down here. So you can buffer your lactate at home by running up and down the stairs.
Don't you
like
be buffering your lactate in my stadium, Georgina says. Get out.
Absolutely.
472, by the way, from Michaela Byrne, so it was a safe jump.
Anyway, back to the lactate buffering.
Yes. It's just those H+ ions, Carl. They'll get you.
Oh, they'll get you. Yeah, obviously, space at a premium here, and all athletes are being asked/forced/
There's been some like
dictated
pike-like equipment that they're using to poke athletes out of the stadium.
There's only a certain, all distance runners, of course, also, and other athletes have to warm up inside the arena, so numbers stay under control and under, I guess, observance, rather than creating massive headaches for the people on the gate. So everyone's running around. This is Kate Hosey
from Ballyfin AC up in
her best is 5:41 at the moment. She's in 9th place through 2 rounds, and I think it gets cut down to the top 8 after 3 rounds. With the long jump and with what World Athletics and the Diamond League are doing these days, it's very hard to keep up with the rules and the experimental rules. They're creating these things in the Diamond League now where only the last jump counts.
What?
Yeah.
That's lunacy.
I think they're doing it in Stockholm on Sunday.
Why?
As
This is
Jasmine
Kim O'Hare, by the way,
Sawyer said
from Raheny Shamrock.
Okay, we badly mislabeled her as Ruby Mia earlier then. Apologies, Kim. Kim had jumped 5:23 in the opening round, and the second jump that she aborted, that I said was 2.5 meters, was actually 3:69.
You're way off.
Even when she's not trying to jump, she jumps reasonably
jump
far.
further than I would say. That's probably as far as we get.
Yeah, Kim O'Hare. She's an under 23, and looked like that one wasn't executed as well as she might have.
No, Kate Hosey, by the way, improved her jump to 5:48 in that last round, the Ballyfin athlete. But Kim O'Hare here, she got the...
And there's no flags here, so
No flags.
we're left to guess, I guess, whether the flags are staying dormant. They should put a chair so the official can sit down and then have the flags, because it's a long way down to get those. She has to mark down the yes or
would
no,
say
and then I guess there's no crowd, so they're like, we don't need to put up a flag.
I was officiating a long jump there last year, possibly.
Humble
And
brags.
My hamstring was quite riddled afterwards from the constant picking up of things and
The rake.
general work. It just
Shannon
goes to show that
Sheehy
I've
here.
obviously done no manual labour in my entire life.
Yeah. Those
Shannon
hands are
Sheehy,
soft and moisturised. Shannon Sheehy, under 23, Clonlift, 5:27 is her best so far. Good lift off the board.
Yeah, you see the junior 5K going to the line there as well. Kim O'Hare, by the way, 4:87 and that last one, so no improvement there for Kim O'Hare.
The junior 5K is off.
It is.
National titles at the grabs. All the other junior athletes in Ireland ask, why can't I have a junior race when you can? But this sporting apartheid continues here in Morton Stadium.
Jamie Kelly and Strack, Darren O'Dwyer, and I'm looking at this entry list thinking there are more athletes on this than we see out in this field, so I'll give you an idea. There's James Hyland gone straight to the front from Raheny Shamrock.
Look at this.
This is beautiful.
This is a beautiful thing. Like a herd of...
I like what you see.
What is this?
Cattle in the
What are we
field,
watching?
They will all follow each other, and that's Dean Casey gone to the front, and they'll just wander around after
And
each
of course it's an Ennis track, man.
Yeah.
The club that's made of iron will.
I think Roy Tesser
front.
puts them through a RT Hell Week type scenario before he allows them to continue in the club.
I believe it's like a induction ritual opposed to those fraternities in
the lads that do
America.
the Hell Week, that organise the Hell Week, actually go to the Ennis Track Hell Week to learn how to be hard.
Gerlach man often attends and watches them run up a hill 50 times wearing hobnail boots.
Yeah.
With a weighted backpack.
So yes, that is Dean Casey. Ennis
Anyway.
Track down to the front.
It's a long-winded way of saying an Ennis track man is out front.
Yeah.
Dean Casey.
He certainly is, and an athlete who has won many Irish schools medals and titles over the years.
And we've embarrassed ourselves here because the clock isn't working and we also forgot the time. But we're using our phones to monitor the start list, and it's things can be on the phone.
So
Right.
we do have start lists here, and as I said, we were trying to keep an eye on this rather than the time, but I don't think the time is really relevant. here,
I
no.
was just going to say
Yeah.
the way they dawdled through the first 200 metres.
So I'm just
we're-
looking to see
We're
if
not worried about time here. This is
Michael
all about
Morgan-
the champs, the gold, silver, and the bronze.
Michael Morgan is in this one, Cathal, because he would be the favourite for this one, along with Dean Casey and James Hyland. Michael Morgan is in there, as is Tony McCambridge from St. Malachy's as well, I think. So you can see in the middle of your field there, Michael Morgan, Irish Schools champion at intermediate level when he was in third year and fourth year, and then won the Irish Schools senior title here in Santry earlier this year, just before the schools were shut down.
I think that's
3 Irish Schools titles in a row from Sligo.
yeah, it's something going.
Dean
So,
Casey still leading
Casey's-
it.
Oh yeah. There's a bit of an exchange here
Yeah,
going
Mr.
on.
Sheehan is again.
Mr.
breaking the
Sheehan
rules
is
at the
Niall
national
Sheehan
championships.
is liaising
rebel.
with the head of competition here, who says
Get
he basically told in a very nice way to get out of the stadium, and Sheehan said, "I will. I just have to warm down." And he was told there is no warming
There
down.
is no warming
And he
down.
went, "Oh jeez," but he was very polite. He said, "Thanks for putting it on." So
Yeah.
fair play, Niall.
That's how Niall gets back in for the final tomorrow. with this kind of
Absolutely.
sneaky
Now we
guy.
know his game.
Oh no, you're doing great. Thanks to the officials.
Great work.
Here's a
Anyway,
bottle of wine.
give me what's my bib number for tomorrow? My hip number. So Dean Casey's still leading here, but he has company now. Well, he had it before. That's William Fitzgerald of Crawwell up on his outside.
It certainly is then, and a whole field of juniors here. Ben Guyden as well in that field there, in the vest of Clonmel Harriers there in 4th place.
Michael
James Hyland
Morgan
on the
is-
inside, Michael Morgan in that field there as well. Kilkenny City Harriers, Dylan McLaughlin. So a really good field of juniors in this one.
They produced a lot of good athletes in Sligo. Not a big population, but a lot of very good athletes. That's outstanding stuff. What's so funny, Ronan? Who are you laughing at?
I can't.
It's not about my comment about Sligo.
No, it was not. But it is quite funny. It is running related, but it's also related to other infractions of lockdown related issues that happened in Galway this week.
Clifton.
Clifton, yeah. Clifton's in Galway, mate.
I have to
Jennifer
say, I
Hanrahan
really
here.
enjoyed that golf dinner.
Yeah, I loved it. That was lovely, yeah. Great to get out
Tables
for
of
a few
10
pints.
created a great atmosphere.
So that is Jennifer Hanrahan from Tala AC, and she's jumped 5:53 and 5:55 so far. So she's hoping for that 5:54 just to round it out. Lydia Mills from Kilkenny City Harriers 5:60. So she has extended her lead in that under 23 there. Shannon Sheehy had actually got in and was drawing with her and actually beating her with her secondary jump. But now Lydia Mills has fought back with 4 extra centimetres. Said no, this title is mine.
I will not die today. This is Laura Frolly of Emerald AC, best of 5:62 at the moment. She's in 5th place overall. See if she can improve on that. If anyone's wondering what's happened in the junior men's 5k, absolutely nothing. Dean Casey is still leading. It's still a sedate pace, and the whole pack are still together. You'll probably see him flash past your screen at the moment, but you're missing nothing.
It's
So we'll
essentially
get
the
back to
exact
that
same
pretty
as the men's 5k we just saw with an Ennis track athlete leading it, but
Yeah.
just not as far in front.
See, we're distance runners, so unlike those people in the Diamond League who are choosing what to watch, we'll show you it's when something noteworthy happens. And right now, nothing noteworthy is happening.
Yeah.
Look at him. Oh,
All
bit
in
of a
train
split there, bit of a schism in the pack.
A small bit of a schism. That was Laura Frolly, by the way, on your long jump or runway. Kelly Proper, by the way,
And
national
finally,
record holder,
Ruby
660.
Mie will be up next.
She will. She's done 5:68 is their best jump so far, first round jump. 5:62 was Laura Frawley's last jump, so all in the mix there. So far, we've still got
So
Sarah
we might
Buggy
cut
in the
back
lead.
to the long jump here because Ruby Mie is on the runway and ready to go. There she is.
5:60 from Laura Frawley in that last jump. Mia on the
Robertstown
runway.
and Allen AC. We were not given the heads up on the St. Albans changing its name.
No, it's
or
very
what
similar
exactly has
singlet though,
happened.
which is
Very
confusing.
similar.
Who knows?
Maybe they came up with
Oh.
maybe they moved the entire club to Carlow in the last 2 weeks
get it out
and
of
came
the-
up with a new name. I know what I'll do. I will see your lockdown and raise you a new club in Carlow that
How
we're
about you?
all going to join. We're completely speculating here. None of this is true.
Well, we don't know if it's not true. That was Ruby Mie, by the way, who's gone back, still winning her time for that long jump. So hoping to she refused there at the first hurdle.
Yeah.
And she's gone back now for another.
I think she has about 60
Vital
seconds,
cherry.
I would say. But the clock isn't running, so technically she has as long as she wants until they start that clock.
So
Pace is picking up in the junior men's 5K there, as we see, though. That elastic band is stretching. And for the 3 men out back, it's breaking. Perhaps even the 4 or 5 men out back, it's now starting to break. And
certainly
we're
is.
seeing the move up front. Is that the Crawwell man, perhaps?
William Fitzgerald, I think perhaps we'll get a closer view on that there as we have Mia on the long jump at the moment.
Mia is about to take her second attempt here. The unusual second attempt in a long jump. But the wind is kicking up. If she can get her runway right, there is a gale blowing behind her right now, so it'll be a great time to unleash a 6-meter jump. I'm going to come out and say it that she's taken more than 60 seconds. Now the clock is only running. Perhaps the pit wasn't ready or something. But yeah, it's counting down now, so she's taking her time. The cone is moved aside, and the runway is clear for Ruby Mia to let rip.
Trying to fly into
The lead is
sky
being
here.
held by 5:93. As we said, a 6-meter jump often gets it done at this level.
That looks relatively decent, but not if we're judging by where Sam Barnes was earlier as our judgment for this.
I think that's how we should measure national titles.
Well, there was the
I think we have a red
Claire
flag.
Williamson high jump related.
We have a red flag.
We do, I think.
We
Yeah.
don't actually have a red flag
We
because the red flag is staying sedentary.
But we
I
see a bit of
believe
plasticine
She's been pointed out to the plasticine
officials.
and said that's where you marked there.
Yeah, we got
Of
an
course,
X.
long jump spikes are
It's gone.
built
She's
to
gone there.
cheat, really.
We won't need to get into that, call, do we?
They're built not to indent the plasticine at the front. Or to
Cheats.
just give you an extra couple centimetres. But, they're all at it, so it's fine.
Cheats out. Certainly no cheating here in this one. Michael
There
Morgan.
might be. How
He's
thick are those shoes?
He's gone straight to the front here in this battle here. Tony Cambridge from St. Malachy's in second. Dean Casey in third. We got...
And see, this is what they need to do in the Diamond League, Stuff is happening. Sarah Buggy's on the long jump runway. And just as I say that, ironically, we cut back. But this is very much worth watching as well. Sarah Buggy, clubmate of Ruby Mia, down, good elevation, out to the side. And in our Where Sam Barnes Was measurement guide, not sure that's an improvement. But we're back to the 5K. As the point I was making before we got back is that, the key thing for athletics coverage is show the distance races when they need to be shown. And this is a point where it needs to be shown because Michael Morgan injected a surge of pace. It didn't break any of his main contenders there in the battle for gold, and he just stepped off again. Eamon Coughlin always said you make one move and one move only in athletics. Michael Morgan is trying to disprove that.
He certainly is. He's trying to put a little bit of lactic into the legs there, try and see where these athletes are going to break surging. And he's gone back in there behind Tony McCambridge, the tall athlete from St. Malachy's AC. Dean Casey, normally you'd see him running with his twin brother, Dylan Casey, but he's there in second place. I'm just going to get an idea of that athlete in fourth place there. It's a singlet I wouldn't recognise, perhaps Ronan Griffin from DMP AC or Aaron Smith from Northwest Kildare, the two singlets I wouldn't know.
Dean Casey back to the front, ahead of Michael Morgan and Tony McCambridge. And then 607 is William Fitzgerald of Crawwell.
And the athlete coming up there, Aaron Smith, from Northwest Kildare AC, and the orange singlet there, glorious orange singlet on the outside, similar to my Euro 88 Dutch jersey that I'm wearing currently.
Yeah, it's able to be seen from space. And speaking of orange jerseys, Sophie Meredith is on the long jump runway, ready to roll. So we'll have a look at her. We'll update you if anything important happens in the 5K in the meantime. But this is going to be, again, a jump worth watching. Come on, Sophie. Now, you're actually going to see the 5K pass by here? No, they're stopped. Sophie Meredith
Very
on
high
down the
striding
runway.
athlete.
Good speed, great elevation off the board.
I'm feeling she's going to sat back a little bit there, which might have cost her a few centimeters.
Under rotation, perhaps?
Perhaps, which...
If you know anything about the long jump, please write to us.
Yes, we can get you into national seniors if you come up and tell us what's going
Yeah,
on.
we'll smuggle you in through a gate.
Yeah. No yards getting smuggled here. There's an athletes have all come back together again. We're coming up now with 4 laps to go, so just over a mile to go here, Carl.
No surprises, no alarms, and no surprises. It's the NS Trackman again pushing the pace. Michael Morgan made that relatively big move that splintered the pack, but it came back together again, and he said, you know what, I'm not going to keep leading into this wind.
Yeah, the
and
wind
perhaps
is.
that's a slight.
Oh.
We see almost a fall there. It's Tony McCambridge trips over. Was that the Crowell athlete?
No, that is
Um,
William Fitzgerald, the choral athlete,
Rooney-
James
or
Hyland
sorry.
on the inside there, and Michael Morgan in the white seem to have suffered a little bit there when it's got a little bit
And
slower.
That always happens, of course, when you're running into the wind. People slow down, they bunch up together, and people run up the back of each other. And there's some really long backstriding. I think Darren McElhinney is roaring his support there at some of these lads.
He is controversially enough and going to get himself thrown out of the stadium here,
He is.
which would
No
be
cooling
hilarious.
down, Dara.
Yeah.
Darren McElhinney is abiding to that by chilling in the stands.
Yeah,
to watch
exactly.
this.
Yeah. Chilling down. Dean Casey here with 3.5 laps left to run.
That's 1,400 metres running.
1,400 metres, we reckon, mathematically speaking. Casey here leading this one. Northwest Kildare's Aaron Smith. They're in second in the orange singlet. Tony McCambridge, the long-striding athlete from St. Malachy's AC, in third. And then Michael Morgan, the favourite, then in fourth place. A lot of good athletes in there. There's William Fitzgerald from Crowell, James Hyland in there as well. And we'll just get an idea of the athlete just sitting behind that as well. I think that could be another Raheny man. That is Shane Ryan.
It is Shane Ryan, and his fellow Raheny man James Hyland is just about 10 metres back, I think.
No, that's James Hyland there, just
Oh,
in that
yes.
group there, behind Michael Morgan. He ran 15:21 there at the graded meet 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, so he's in very good shape. 3 laps to run here. Massive number of athletes still left in this one. Casey still leading it out. Michael Morgan, though, danger man. The Irish Schools cross-country champion, the favourite for this junior title, is in fourth place. Up the back straight here now. We might see a little bit of a move here now when it comes up with a K to go. These athletes, young athletes, running over 5K, so they didn't get too excited early on. So we should see a little bit of energy left in the legs.
And we've got a message in relation to our hammer winner. Nicholas Mark is the under-18 European lead. It must be the same weight. And it's probably the world number one. Outstanding stuff.
Outrageous.
from
World number
Nicola
one.
Tuttle. World number one.
Very
so we're
similar
trying.
to-
We do have an interview with her. It'll be going out on social media as soon as I get my stuff together and actually post that on the Athletics Ireland content. But wouldn't be like us to double job and do all of them badly.
Absolutely.
But Dean Casey is leading here with 900 metres to run, and really it's all closed up here. Michael Morgan is chilling like a far west villain there. The Sligo man now slows to the back and does that Mo Farah thing of going last, and I suspect he'll be going all the way to first quite soon. But Dean Casey is leading it out.
Bit of pushing
Thinking
and
of
shoving.
those Hell Week sessions with Pat Hogan and Gerlach Nairn up a side of a mountain.
Yeah,
in
this is
Ennis.
easy. Easy.
This is easy in comparison. Anthony Daly throwing rocks at them.
700 metres left to run here, and we're going to get a little bit of excitement here, particularly when it comes up to 600 metres
A lot
left.
of excitement. A lot.
The excitement
It's
will
building
build.
nicely.
Casey, McCambridge, I've lost them there now. Aaron Smith in the orange. Highland. We've got the other Raheny man, Shane Ryan, in there. We've got William Fitzgerald. It's a really, really strong field. There's 6-7 athletes there still left in this one with 600 metres left to run. It's going to be a crazy lap. And we already had 1 or 2 little falls, so I suspect we might even see a little bit more of that. Morgan,
Big move here.
you'd expect with 500 metres left to run to take the lead. Smith still there in that one as well from Northwest Kildare AC. He is open to pushing and shoving there. Morgan is going to the lead. Smith then in the orange singlet is making his way
Smith
to the
forward.
front.
He goes all the way around the field, and also moving up there, number 599 of Raheny. That's James Hyland, but Morgan is in stalking position at the moment. But Smith leads with a lap to go, and look, the pace is on and it's splintering. Dean Casey is going to try and hang in. It would be a well-deserved medal for the Ennis Trackman for making this relatively honest for parts of the race. But he looks like he might be scrapping for the minor medals, and Morgan goes very early. He's going to have the wind behind him now up that back straight, and he's going to try and use that to great effect, try and put this race to bed, and it looks like he's doing it. The one man trying his best to hang on is Aaron Smith of Northwest Kildare. He is hanging on for dear life here. He's got 5 metres and he's not laying down here. Remember that Morgan is going to have to run into the wind up this home straight. Can he hold off Smith here and take the gold?
Yeah, he's hoping to do so. Added to his Irish Schools titles, 150 metres left to run. It is Morgan striding away from this field and looking absolutely tremendous as he does so. Smith looking around him a little bit. Smith is going to try and hold on for second, I suspect. Highland then working really strongly in third place. Tony McCambridge behind that, and long-time leader Dean Casey then in fifth place. Morgan striding away to yet another national title here for the Sligo man, coached by Dermot McDermott. 40 metres left to run. He goes out into lane 2 and he wins this one at not at a canter, but runs it one well. Smith in second place, loving that, celebrating wildly. And Hyland in third, Casey in fourth, McCambridge in fifth. Now, I will tell you, Cathal, that the man Smith, who we
Shane
call
Ryan
Smith,
there then after it. Yeah.
number 600. I'm wait for him to turn around because I thought I saw Killy's AC on the back of his jersey.
Bettystown.
I did, and he is not on our entry list then, even though number 600 is Aaron Smith, and he is wearing number 600. It is very hard to tell. So
We're being sold up the river here by the start lists.
perhaps, but
So-
the athlete from Killy's AC in
Kitty's
Bettystown.
AC, we apologise profusely, but we don't have an ID on your athlete. Feel free to message us on the Athletics Ireland Instagram, and we'll correct ourselves.
That one actually
Or
was.
Twitter.
We're not just blaming the, normally we just blame the entry list because we're ill prepared or we don't know what's going on. But that time it actually was the entry list.
And we're trying to cut down on paper and, save lives and all that. So we don't actually have live printed start lists, but we have the live start lists as they're in the system. And that identified our silver medalist as Aaron Smith of Northwest Kildare, which, again,
I'm gonna try and.
not many Kildare athletes here, I guess.
Yeah,
course,
that's
athletes
I
do
was
run for
suspect of
clubs.
that as well.
Athletes do run for clubs in Kildare and live elsewhere, so we're conscious of that. Paul Robinson being one of them, hasn't been in Kildare in many weeks, and he'll be lining up in the 1500 metres later on, running for St. Coca's AC. He's been in Sligo and Dublin.
Trying my best to find who this athlete from. Could we find his name? Could we find him on the internet without any other information?
Killy's AC. Blonde athlete. Adidas shorts. Nike spikes.
I'm on their Killy's AC Facebook. Trying to find Youth Goop. Oh, is that him?
That's him.
Oh,
Who is that?
surely he won this race anyway. It is Aaron Smith.
The club was wrong, not
Outrageous.
the number. There we are. We thought we were wrong. We really
wonders-
shouldn't have drawn attention to our concern there.
Well,
Stop
then
studying the singlets.
the-
Trust the start list. That's what I say.
The
They never let us wrong before.
What's more disturbing is I found his name just from very little knowledge. I just
Big
typed
Brother,
in
you know.
Killy's AC Bettystown 5K.
There's no privacy these days.
And I
Edward
found
Snowden had
found
it
a picture
right.
of him.
Back to the women's long jump, I suppose. Excellent junior men's 5K there. Top stuff. Well done to Michael Morden and indeed Aaron Smith.
Yeah, I've got a text in as well. It is Aaron Smith.
Great.
Yes. So we were confirmed from all angles.
Thanks to our trusty viewers. They've steered us right many occasions
Yeah.
when we otherwise gone down seriously dark alleys. So there's our 3 medalists. They're being told the medal protocol here, which is basically pick up your own medals. The IKEA setup continues.
It certainly does. And
Did you ever try to assemble something from IKEA?
yes, yeah, it's almost impossible.
I've never tried
No,
it.
there's a hell week.
Just, purchase something ready-made.
Exactly.
Why put yourself through it?
Needless carry on. And yeah, these athletes are going up now to get their medals, and then will be quickly turfed out of the stadium, no doubt, by Georgina Drum, possibly personally. She's actually chasing them now with the medals. As you can see, it's also very, very windy, so hopefully get some times on that later on. We'll bring you through some of the fields that we've had so far as well, and some of the results. But yes, they will be getting their. They're actually now
And a
having
bit-
to
bit
assemble the
more-
whole podium themselves.
A bit more information.
Athletics,
Thank
some assembly required.
bit more information. Thank you to Killian Barry for sending this in. That Nicola Tuttle, again, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, was the 6th Irish woman over 60 metres there today. We've had an absolutely mare here with the things falling over. The sponsors things very nearly took out someone there. I think I didn't see that, but I heard it, and that was a loud thud. And it's a good thing Michael Morgan wasn't a step to his left,
It could have been.
or there'd be a hefty lawsuit.
I think they've given up on the sponsors.
And sorry, just to go back to that point, Killian Barry's point that Nicola Tuttle, 6th Irish woman over 60, and she's only 16. It's an astonishing performance.
So I'm saying Phil Conway has pointed out as being, and coached by Liz Coomey, by the way, pointed out as being, possibly the next Eileen O'Keefe. Or the
Michael
first
Morgan,
Nicola Tuttle.
Champione, they're up. Michael Morgan has a long climb to get up on that step now.
Does, yeah,
That's
yeah.
not going to be nice. That's a
Hard on the
plyometric.
hip flexors
That's
after
a box
5K.
jump. Yeah,
He's
He's
jumped a
up.
bit there now.
he's up. Medal on himself.
Yeah.
Socially distanced podium presentations here, making life difficult for Sam Barnes, of course, photographer, but he gets the job done anyway. And it looks to me like Sam Barnes has cut the others out of the shot and is just going for Michael Morgan. That's it, Sam. All that matters is the winners. A true pro, Sam Barnes.
Just to bring it through as well, the qualifiers in the 5K. We've got John Travers, 15:10, Neil Johnston, Tom Fitzpatrick, Kevin Moriarty, Pat Hennessy from West Waterford, 15:17, and David Carter, the first under 23 in that first heat, 15:31, the qualifier. Heat 2, Darren McElhenney at 15:30, Anthony Mannix, who apparently is a little bit older than we were making him out to be earlier on, trained to the Cork Track Club. And then we've got Mitchell Byrne, 15:30 as well, Jared Gallagher, 4th place now, with Gavin O'Rourke, who won the CIT 5K there on Monday night, 15:31. I think he ran in that, and he ran 15:31 again today. Gets the small queue. Neil Sheehan just missing out in qualification in that one. And in Heat 3, Ifram Giddy, under 23, winning that one. Liam Harris in second. They both ran 15:26. Peter Arthur, David Rooney, all qualifying. Owen McElhenney just missing out there, running 15:33. And just go down to Darrell Lynch there, 15:49. He ran in the end. So we've got, let's go through this one, 2, 323s in the final, which means that David Carter, you'll be receiving a medal tomorrow. So back in the women's long jump here, and this Clonliffe Harriers AC there on that one. That is Shannon Sheehy, who's leading the under 23 battle here the last time we had the action. So 5:56 she jumped. She was in second to Lydia Mills. So this is her 4th attempt here now. That was her 4th attempt. This is Anna Mccauley. She's best jump of 5:59. Tearing down the runway here from Emo Arath AC. Hoping to bring some Arath into the long jump. Flying into the pit. So the leader in this one still looks like it is Sarah Buggy. That 5:93. Followed up with a great series here from Sarah Mccarty, 5:76, 5:78, and 5:84. So she is gaining on Sarah Buggy. Sophie Meredith, the number 1 in the country this year, is in 3rd place, as much as we can make out, with 5:81. And Ruby Millet, 5:68 there in 4th place. The under 23 athlete Lydia Mills still leading as well, leading that. And that going down the runway there now is... That is Lydia... No, it is not Lydia Mills. Just getting an eye on exactly who that is. We would have lost our... we only got top 8 getting into that final. So that is Anna Mccauley there that's just jumped. 5:81. And then we've got the Emerald AC athlete. That is Laura Frolly. 5:60. She's jumped. She's in 5th place at the moment. The Emerald AC athlete looking to tear down the runway here into the pit. So the wind is going to die down a little bit. I was playing a bit of havoc with these long jumpers earlier. Hoping to get a few interviews your way as well momentarily.
Do Bandon AC have a Twitter?
Oh,
Question for Ronan Duggan.
I think
here.
we've got an Instagram anyway, but I don't even know if we've got a Twitter, but sure.
You're not showing
Give
up.
us the old tweets. Send it to me there.
No, too
I'll
late.
send it out to my 8 followers.
At Run Dougie Run. Find him.
And
So we're putting a interview with Nicola Tuttle up on. It really is. It was the first winning performance of the day in the championships, and it was so far the best.
national
60.04 meters. Outstanding.
world number 1, perhaps,
It's
possibly.
definitely European under. I'm gonna have to look this up now.
Come on.
That's what you're making me do.
Of course, I'm making you do it. I'm making you do your job. Our sports journalist of the year. Tells us every time you come into the house. Shows us the award, don't you?
I have to bypass the award in the house.
Award.
Stats zone. I'm on World Athletics top lists. There's probably surely some Ukrainians have thrown something ridiculous.
Surely something nonsensical. That's Sarah Buggy here, the leader in the long jump, and looks to be very, very similar. It's very hard to tell from where we are here. And Mr. Barnes has put himself at the bottom of the long jump pit now, so it's no longer useful to us. But a clean jump anyway, and hopefully we'll get an idea of exactly how far she's jumped.
Right now. Hang on. No, it's not world number 1. It's not actually European number 1 either.
It's just, there's a lot. You've brought a lot today, but not a lot of it was good.
2020 outdoors.
Sophie
Female women's
Meredith.
hammer throw. Wait.
Sophie Meredith on the runway there as Carl gives us commentary on his Googling of this record.
Sorry, under 18 we're looking. I was looking at under 20.
Sophie-
She's second in the world, and she's second in Europe
Outrageous.
by Nicola Tuttle.
Who's the leader?
Rachele Mori of Italy.
Oh, yeah. I'd say Nicola Tuttle hates her.
I'd say, yeah, there's no
Hates
love
her.
lost between that. They all remember, what's your man, Schilacci?
Yeah, exactly.
Otto
yeah.
Schilacci.
Great name.
13 years before any of them were born.
Sophie Meredith, though, just tearing down the runway in that one, we haven't got an idea. Ruby May has improved her jump to 561, and we've had improvement there from Anna Mccauley, actually, 581, massive jump there. She's jumped herself into contention. She is now in third place. Anna Mccauley from Emo Rath. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, I tell a lie, as that is Sarah Mccarty flying down the runway here from Mid-Sutton AC into the pit. Anna Mccauley actually is still in fourth place because Sophie Meredith has a better second jump. Oh, it's actually very tight, call. No, she doesn't. Anna Mccauley's in third.
Apologies for that interference. I put my mic down and it rolled around.
Top class mic work, Cahill.
He really knows how to work the mic.
We haven't got any secondary update on this one, but that is
Or even a primary
update.
tertiary
update. Mire is still in what looks to be fifth place. Buggy still in the lead with 593. But it's getting very, very tight there. If I'm to look back at second jumps for third place at the moment, so it's going to be a serious battle in this long jump. A lot of athletes have a similar standard. And Anna Mccauley really jumping herself into contention there with that 581. There's Sarah Buggy, I think. Number 99. That is Sarah Buggy, long time leader, 593. She's only got the one clean jump so far. And just to let you know how quiet it is in here, if you may have been able to pick up, I could hear it anyway. You could hear Sarah Buggy hitting the runway and then hitting the actual board. You could actually hear it from here, and we're a good 200 meters away.
Yeah, it's
Deathly quiet.
It's very quiet.
I almost feel like we should be whispering. That was a 589, by the way, in the previous round by Sarah Mccarty. So she's put herself into the clear there in that second place. So it is still Sarah Buggy 593, Sarah Mccarty 4 centimeters back in with 589. Sophie Meredith and Anna Mccauley then 581 each, with the second jump by Anna Mccauley putting her into third. This is Clonafharrier AC's Shannon Sheehy, who was leading the under 23 or second in the under 23 category behind Lydia Mills. Another good jump from her. She jumped 541 in the last round, so 556 is her best jump.
Stephen Lawler has just said that St. Albans athletes are appearing as Robertstown and Allen. Yeah, I think that may be an error according to Stephen Lawler here on Twitter.
Yes, very confusing.
Robertstown and Allen, because it is the St. Albans kit quite clearly. Unless, as we said, that they staged some sort of switcheroo and set up a new club.
As I say, that was
outside the counties.
live possibility.
And then they went, oops, the lockdown was lifted last night. If you wish to watch an interview reaction from Nicola Tuttle, it's now up on Athletics Ireland social media platforms, which is why I wasn't talking as I tried to figure that whole system out for the last few minutes.
Number 2 in the world at her age group, and number 2 in Europe behind some Italian lady who we don't like.
Scalacci's
Michael Morgan is
Scalacci's
making his way by the national champion. He's absolutely loving it there, yeah. Giving a... As Cahill goes off to...
Well, grab a quick word with him. He's a champ.
He is a champion, multiple champ, yeah.
A socially distanced chat. Ronan, you can hold your mic out there at arm's length.
Sit down there, national champion. Yeah.
Michael, you made a big move mid-race and then you kind of backed off. Was the plan to go hard and see if you dropped him?
Well, to be honest, the plan was kind of just to sit in because I knew it would be windy. But I suppose, was it 3k to go? I decided to just see what the lads were going to do. I had no idea what pace those 2 laps were, but I suppose just to put in a surge and see if anyone responded. And then when they were all still there, I wasn't going to do any more work into the wind, so I just planned on waiting till about 350 to go, where I had the wind on my back. So yeah,
Were you, any worries around that last bend? Aaron Smith wasn't far behind you about the running into the wind up the home stretch.
I could hear him, and I was
had
thinking like 100 to go. Like I was absolutely full of lactic, but he went at the same time as me, so I knew like he's probably in a worse off position. Like if I have the gap and I'm feeling this way, he's probably feeling as bad, if not worse. So I just kicked on, like it didn't look around. Yeah, I just kept going forward and trying to put a bit of force into the ground, you know.
Good stuff. Have you any more races planned?
Yeah, I think entry's still open for the 1500, so I'll definitely give that a go. It should be like a pretty stacked field, so I'll at least be pulled around and like get.
So you're back in action later today?
No, the junior 1500.
Oh yes,
sorry.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's next week. So yeah, if I can still get into that, I'll definitely give it a go. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Well, congrats, one in the bag. Brilliant run.
Cheers, guys. See you later.
So Michael Morgan there, multiple Irish schools champion, and now adds a national junior title, and well, hopefully he reckons he might be looking for another one in a few weeks over the 1500 metres.
Forgot there was a 1500 coming up.
Junior in September 5th.
Oh yes.
Yes, yeah.
I thought that was cancelled. There's been so many cancellations.
Just don't tell Michael there. He's in good form. Like
I'm confusing the cancellations. We're assuming things are getting cancelled when
poor old
Michael.
He's like, no, I can't go that weekend. No, I've got the national championships.
Ruby Mia is back on the long jump runway.
She certainly is. She's in about 4th place there, 5th place at the moment. Is Ruby. And yeah, couldn't tell you now how long that was, but it's certainly in
how's
around.
your Sam Barnes? Where Sam Barnes was lying meter?
Positioned himself poorly for us at the moment. Lydia Mills though 5:56 in that last round, and Anna Mccauley 5:69. So still that best jump of 5:81 from Mccauley. Putting her
Sarah
into contention.
Buggy leading still 6:05 in the 4th round. She'll be coming up for her 5th attempt quite soon. Of course, you go in reverse order for the last 3 jumps. Yeah. Sophie Meredith will be up next. She's in 4th place at the moment.
She's on the runway there now, and she needs to get at least a 5:70 to put herself into contention for that bronze medal. She has a 5:81 alongside Anna Mccauley, with coming back to the 2nd jump. So she needs to get over 5:70 here, and then hope that nothing happens in that last round. So Meredith, number 1 in the country this year, has jumped 6:14 so far this year. So she's hoping for one big jump, put herself into contention for the win, which is still, the lead is still being held here by Sarah Buggy, 6:05 in that last round. Sorry, Carl.
We're getting no love still from the judge with the white and red flags. She's taken to picking them up, but holding up neither. So we're not sure if the jump was eligible, but I do know that Sophie Meredith came back to have a look at the board there, so we suspect maybe that was a foul. We'll update you as soon as we know, though.
Yeah, Sarah Mccarty here, 5:89. She was getting closer to Sarah Buggy in that last round, 4 centimetres off, but then Buggy came out with a 6:05 and said, nah, not tonight.
Not tonight, not this morning, not this afternoon.
She's going to move away. So Sarah Mccarty here has to go over 6:05. So hard to tell there.
Well, it's been measured. That's a good sign.
Always good. Sophie Meredith, 5:96. Good excitement there, Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah, throwing herself into
a bit of an injection of enthusiasm from the lads here up in this
absolutely
empty stand.
Loving this long jump. Meredith into 2nd place. You've got we do have Buggy in 6:05. These live results are great. They're genuinely exciting. Meredith into 2nd place. Anna Mccauley's goes home devastated, but doesn't, because she still has another jump. And it is Sarah Mccarty in 2nd place with that, or 3rd place with that 5:89. So she's going to try and hang on there for a medal. We have, is this Buggy back on the runway? Trying to make sure that 6:05.
That is Buggy.
Buggy
factor is about to be unleashed here down the runway.
Yeah, this is her 6th jump, is it? 5th jump. Long time leader here, 5:89.
That looks long.
It does look long, Carl, but once again, we have absolutely no idea what we're talking
I'm
about.
going to say that's long. I'm going to say that is 6:03 is my guess from up here, 200 metres away.
Wouldn't be a
diagonal view of the pit, but that looked long.
It certainly did.
6:03, confident choice.
I'm absolutely pumped for this refreshing here now.
As the seconds roll down.
5:94 for Sarah Mccarty in that 5th round there. Puts herself just behind Sophie Meredith, so 2 centimetres behind Sophie Meredith.
So that completes, I think,
it's got one more
5th round. And it's down to the finale.
So now
Shannon Sheehy will be next up. She's in 8th position currently.
She's battling out there with Lydia Mills for that under-23 medal. And I believe the bronze medal will be going to Kim O'Hare from Raheny Shamrock.
with a
AC.
best of 5:23.
Yep. But certainly here, the Qualifiers AC athlete, Shannon Shahi, battling it out for she made it into this final. Looks like she's going to be your second place, unless she can pull something out here in the under 23 battle. And long jump, you never know. One really incredible jump can put you into the right spot. Great battle here on for the first place in this, with only 11 centimeters between first and third.
It's heating up nicely for this final round. We're still awaiting that jump on Sarah Buggy. We'll give it to you as soon as we have it.
F5, refresh.
I tell you.
I've just refreshed there now.
I just refreshed just after you. 6:05 is the lead.
Yeah, and this is Anna Mccauley here from Emo Wrath.
6:09. I knew it was big.
Outrageous, Carl. Well done. You said 6:03 though. But
Yeah, but
6:09
still.
puts her
I wanted to be
into the lead,
conservative.
holding on.
So Super Sarah is headed for gold on Super Saturday, unless one of her rivals can pull out something this final round.
Anna Mccauley there from Emo Wrath. She had been in third place there for quite some time, with a jump of 581.
Straight out of lockdown to the top step of the podium. Leash, leash, leash. I don't actually know where Sarah Buggy lives, so
As I said, she's very hard to tell down there. You know?
very hard to tell. But fair play.
Leinster is
She's-
always the one when you're naming all the counties that you struggle with. So you forget like Longford or something.
Yeah, it's kind of an irrelevant province, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Not
Yeah.
that we're biased.
No, not that I'm wearing a Munster rugby top. And hopefully we'll have a great day now today.
Here at the National Championships, you mean?
Yep.
On the north side, where the only sporting event is happening today.
At all, yeah.
Mm.
100%. So, this looks like the athlete.
Is that Anna Mccauley?
This
I think.
This could be Anna Mccauley. No, I think it was Anna Mccauley in the last round.
Oh, you're correct.
This could be Lydia Mills, or who we have down as Lydia Mills, who's obviously not actually
Yeah, it's not Kilkenny City
Kilkenny
Harriers.
Harriers.
Yeah, that's Lydia Mills.
making life very difficult for us. I think
Mm.
Lydia Mills. I think I'm going to go with that is a northern club, I believe.
It is. It's Dean Adams' club.
Yeah.
Who's
Ballymena and Antrim.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one. I
Nice
couldn't
one,
think
lads.
of it there.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, lads. Nice
Come on.
one.
Yeah.
The O'Shea's
National
are
60-meter champion. Yeah. And we got the O'Shea's here, former national bronze medalist over 100 meters. Yeah. 10:82. 78. Close.
some running.
Close.
Laura Frawley's back on the runway. Before we talk about our former performances,
Not even hers.
there's Dara Brown, head marketing staff, Athletics Ireland in behind.
Lovely kind of.
Stance.
And chinos.
Great chinos too. Laura Frawley down a runner for her last attempt. Left-footed plant. Still goes out to the right like most of the others.
So she's not really in unless it's been a big jump here. 5:62.
And anyone who's staying tuned for hammer details, we're about 10 minutes. We're going to have footage from the men's hammer, and we'll be bringing you the winning throws there. And again, we'll be sure to catch up with the winner and put that out on social media. Obviously, it's quite difficult to cover that in live time, given it takes place outside the stadium for safety reasons, because we certainly can't become any uglier, and we sure would if we got a hammer to the head.
That was 5:58 there from Frolly.
Well done to Frolly. She'll finish 6th with that.
Anna Mccauley also not improving in that last round, so out of the medals there. So we're getting really towards the medal, likely medalists here. Ruby Mia,
Ruby Mia on the runway.
5:68 is her best. That
She's
looks a
5th.
lot bigger. That could, depending on the flag.
And the club has been changed. It's back to St. Albans.
Outrageous. They've obviously got wind of the fact that they're allowed to be here and then just quickly moved it back.
A ninja edit, as they say. Ruby Mia checks. Did a flag go up there?
No, I think she's safe as a house.
Yeah. So we'll await that from Ruby Mia. Should be interesting. Can she break into that top 3? She's currently on 570. It's a 575. It's not good enough.
Not
She's
good
still
enough,
in
no.
5th. Not good enough, Ruby.
But still an excellent jump.
Excellent
well done to Ruby.
improvement to pull out her best in the final round when
Yeah.
she needed it most.
Sophie Meredith here on the runway. 5:96 in that 5th round.
She's in 2nd at the moment. Can she
6:09
go over
to beat.
6? May have been a foul.
Don't think that's going to cut the mustard.
May have been a foul. It's
Yeah.
cut the muster, Ronan, not mustard. You
Is
don't
it?
cut mustard. Yes, it's cut the muster.
What's muster? Can you explain that
Muster
one to me?
means, cut it. But it's one of the...
So sorry, did you correct me and then you don't actually know what to chop with?
No, but it's
So
cut
sorry.
the muster.
Okay.
You don't cut
But what's a
mustard.
muster?
It's one of the most
Yeah.
oftenly stated incorrect phrases. Just like
Look.
spitting image.
Look,
It's spit and image. It's
Look,
not the
I'm
spitting
on
image.
tender hooks here.
Yeah.
Which is another one that upsets you. Anyway, we might have some rounding down here now later on in...
Jared O'Donnell has
these.
told us if they measure the jump, it's not a foul. So they measured that. So that wasn't a foul. No, it was a foul. Sorry.
Yeah, what's
Scrap
he on
that.
about?
But that's our guide going forward. Sarah McCarty.
Tearing down the runway here, 5.94 in that last round. So she's been building here. Every jump has been an improvement, but she needs to improve out beyond 5.96 by Sophie Meredith, who has no ability to respond, and has to get above 6.09 to beat Sarah Buggy.
So 2 centimeters to find. She's done it in every round since. She went 2, 6, 5, 5. Can she add in? Those were her improvements by round. What can she find now to perhaps move up into the silver or even the gold medal position?
And
6.09.
if we
Sarah
left
Buggy.
it here long enough, would she just continue to improve? At
Exactly.
any
She
point
could
would there be-
break the world record. No, 7.55 jump by the end of the day.
If only I had 18 jumps.
Sarah Buggy.
That's an impressive with no faults either, to be fair. She's the only athlete to... Oh, and Anna Mccauley.
It is.
Technically superb.
It's Irving Saladino or Ivan Pedroso-esque Sydney
Mm.
2000. Last
Cuban.
round, heroics.
Has she pulled it out?
Who now coaches Yulimar Rojas. Best female triple jumper in the world. And here's a woman who knows all about being a good triple jumper as well. That's Sarah Buggy. She's won about 1,700 national titles at the triple jump, and she's about to win one at the long jump. We think she has 5.94 for Sarah McCarty. So this is a glory jump for Sarah Buggy. And this will not matter one iota. It doesn't look like an improvement in our extremely amateur eyes.
Absolutely. And we... Just to
And
say
it's not been measured.
it is Sarah Buggy, Sophie Meredith, and Sarah McCarty. They're in 6.09, 5.96, and 5.94. So another wonderful jump from Sarah McCarty to jump 5.94 in that last round. No improvement, but great series. So
Fourth
our
place
medalists-
goes to Anna Mccauley with 5.73, or sorry, 5.81 for fourth for her. And back in fifth, Ruby Mie with a best of 5.75. Sixth, just to round it out, I suppose, the top six is Laura Frolly of Emerald AC with a best of 5.62. Again, full results available on live.athleticsIreland.ie. And remember, you can check out the social media platforms and the Athletics Ireland website because you'll find everything you need there. And just looking at the timetable to see what we've got coming up here. And on the track, we don't have any action until 2 p.m. So all you tracksters, come back then. But if you're interested in the field events, we've got men's hammer action about to come at you. And we'll just try and get an update on what's happening here as we try to scramble around the live results. But the afternoon session, of course, it's a complete change out here of all the people. All the athletes in this session are asked to leave before we bring in anyone else, so the numbers stay as low as possible throughout the day. But we're going to try and get an update on the men's hammer throw. We have no more track action, remember, till 2 p.m. and indeed field action after this. We'll try and grab a chat with Sarah Buggy, our women's long jump champion. But in the men's hammer, as you'll see in live.athleticsIreland.ie, if you don't want the spoilers, if you do want the spoilers, you can go there. Yeah, perfect. So we're just liaising there with our producers, the boss men here, and they're just teeing up that hammer footage which has returned. So in third place, this is Simon Galligan of Clonliffe Harriers with a best throw of, will we spoil it for you? What does this look like? Well, I'll tell you what this looks like. A 62-metre throw and 28 centimetres to be precise, because Simon Galligan is the bronze medalist.
It's a massive improvement, Carl, on his season's best, which was only 55.38. So that's incredible throwing there from Simon Galligan.
That was the bronze medal effort by Simon Galligan. Congrats to him.
Former Irish Schools champion as well.
We'll tee up the second place, and this is a familiar face. That's Adam King of Ivora AC. He is going to leave Santry here with a silver medal in the National Senior Championships.
He certainly
What do
will.
we think? He had 62.28 to surpass to get that silver medal. And this throw, I can tell you, was 63.98. He had 3 fouls and he threw 62.94 and 63.38 were his other 2 measured throws. He took the silver medal, and the countdown is now on. This is like the Eurovision.
He's another
Who gets
man.
it? Who
Another
gets the
man-
12 points?
He's another man who's improved his season's best. His season's best previous today it was 60.59. So, that is Brendan O'Donnell, is it?
And under 23, it certainly is, of Lifford Strabane, Brendan O'Donnell. Again, the mark he had to beat was 63.98, which Adam King opened with. That really set the standard during this competition. But then it was Brendan O'Donnell, an under 23, stepping up against the big men, the seniors.
Certainly, Colin, a man who's improved his season's best by 8 meters today, which is an incredible performance.
That was a 64-62 meter throw, and you can see there punching the air. He is delighted with that as he walks out the back of the circle and struts off. And that
absolutely sent that.
He absolutely sent that hammer.
And Sean Mockler there as well, the pre-competition favourite, who was the longest throw this year, 65.79, still holds that longest throw. He threw 61.47. He had 5 fouls.
Finished fourth, so yeah, perhaps the conditions, it's dried up in the last half hour here, but when that hammer was ongoing over the last hour or so, it would have been a lot more slick in that hammer circle out back or outside of the track here, so perhaps that was wreaking havoc with Sean Mockler's, but he'll pick himself up an under 23 silver medal, I think, for that.
He certainly
so
will.
At least he won't leave empty-handed, and yeah, congrats to Brendan O'Donnell, though. Excellent throwing, 64-62, getting it right. I'm sure it's been quite difficult for all these hammer throwers over the last few months to try and stay training. So fair play to all of them for staying in this again. We would love to have shown you all that competition if we could, but hopefully there's something anyway in those top 3 throws for you to look back on. And we'll try again to grab a chat with Brendan O'Donnell when he comes in for his medal presentation, and that'll be going out on Athletics Ireland's social media platforms when we manage to get a hold of him. But that concludes our live action for this first session, and we'll just be teeing up an ad to send us out here, but otherwise we'll be back here at 2 p.m. and again stay tuned to Athletics Ireland's social media for a bit of a catch up with our champions. So otherwise we'll see you back here at 2.
Many of us are balancing looking after our families with working from home. It's not always easy. Whatever changes you're facing, big or small, Irish Life Health can help you embrace them. Our Healthy Mind service includes 24-hour professional counselling support, and it's available on all our hospital plans. We know Irish Life. We are Irish Life Health. Many of us are bound.